There we go. Sage it out. We're the greatest. We're the best. We have the best interviewer podcast in the building. We have the producer of the year in the building. Roxo is the best painter I've ever known, and Chris is known for only porn, but the best porn you've ever seen. You should see his stories. It's
ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? You know what I'm talking about? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. Ladies and gentlemen, how do I put into words the electrifying ecstaticism that is flowing through my veins today? Or tonight, you know what I'm talking about. And tonight is, but a special night. Am I not mistaken, Mr. Miamibeatwave? Can we please give it up for Miamibeatwave? Hey. Come on, everybody else in the house. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Beatwave, brother, talk to us. We have a first-time exclusive Midnight in Miami on location podcast. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, can we please check out the man's outfit? The man is looking like $1 million tonight. Oh my God. And we are here for up close and personal.
Yes.
Beatwave, talk to us. What does tonight mean for you?
Oh, tonight has been in the making for practically almost my whole life. So it means the most, you know, at the end of the day. And Up Close and Personal was an album that I felt like I just needed to put together because I do so much hip hop music. And I go home at the end of the day and I listen to R&B and soul music is just kind of my passion and my love. And even though I sample soul records in my hip hop music, I haven't really made like soul records that I put out, you know, because I produce so much hip hop. So at the end of the day, I was like, let me make something that I would like to hear.
Right.
You know, and that's where that came from. And it also spawned from my grandmother, who passed away last year, and she was the one who taught me how to play piano. She's the one who got me into music. She played organ in the church for 20 years, and I felt like after she passed away, I was really depressed, and I was like, man, you know, I don't even know if I want to do music anymore. And at the end of the day, I feel like she talked to me from up above and was just kind of like, Brennan, you can't stop doing music because God gave you that talent, so that's almost kind of like being disrespectful, you know, because you were born with that, so you need to do it, and that's why I did this album. She kind of pushed me from up top to do it, and I miss her, but thank God that it happened, and God really did make this happen, and all the people that were involved in it made it happen.
Right, a lot of which you're gonna hear from tonight. On the podcast. Talk to us about the influence and that your grandmother had on you, and more so, is this an homage, a tribute to her?
I have one song on there that is a exact tribute to her, and also my godmother at the same time, and also David Corey's mother and father, because he was an orphan and now he's one of the biggest artists in the world. So when we wrote it, me, Chris, David, we were all in the studio together, and we wanted to talk about our past loved ones that kind of passed. And it's a beautiful song with happy chords and stuff like that, but it really does focus light on, you know, if you could bring somebody back from the dead, like, what would you say to them? And the song's called What Would You Say? And, you know, me and David also had the same experiences as far as, like, losing the people really close to us that were our, you know, guardians and stuff like that. So it really shine through with that. But the whole album is not just that. There's a lot of sex songs. There's a lot of romantic songs. There's a lot of, you know, R&B that we all love. That's just one song that was dedicated to her.
Of course.
Just because, you know, it meant something that I had to put it on there because she really did, you know, create who I am at this point. I wouldn't be doing music without her. So.
Wow. That's powerful, brother.
Thank you, man.
what was the biggest challenge in finishing or making this album?
I would say to actually convince myself that I was gonna do it.
Bruh, respect, man.
You know, because I had some of the records already made.
Okay.
Me and Chris and David made that song in specific that I'm talking about 5 years ago. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then after that, I made a couple songs through the couple years that fit the record. But then after I decided to actually do it, which I was in Austin, Texas, when I finally decided this year that I was going to put it together, because the music scene over there in Austin was so different from Miami, and it was so beautiful, and everybody supported each other's music,
right.
And it was so soulful over there, and the energy was just like, you know, it wasn't rap music, which I love rap music. I was born on hip-hop music. I've done hip-hop music my whole life. But I saw this soul that, you know, soul and blues that came.
And the man says soul in bold letters.
Yeah, that came from the city. And I'm watching these people perform and going to the places, and I'm like, I got to do mine. So I started collecting the records that I already had that were soul. And then I came back and I started building the rest of them and created the rest of them, put the whole body of work together.
Wow. That's absolutely beautiful. Miami Beatwave, what is one thing that you are expecting or hoping from tonight? And furthermore, I guess, how have you been able to cope with the anticipation of having so many people that you worked with finally listen to a finished product?
I'm super excited about it. I'm glad that everybody showed up, and we have a bunch of artists and beautiful people in the place, and it's awesome because at the end of the day, do I know and have worked with more famous people that are the names that you see on this album might not be as famous as the people that I've worked with or whatever, but I felt like I picked the right people to do the right thing for what I wanted to enjoy and what I wanted to hear. Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
Of course.
Because this wasn't about putting famous people together and have the names on it no, I just wanted to make a good body of work.
Damn.
Period.
Damn.
You know, so.
And as, you know, as we start wrapping up, I do want to ask if you could summarize in one word this chapter of what this album means to you, what would it be?
Purpose. Because I feel like, you know, last year, and we talked about this on the podcast that I had with you.
Oh yeah, and that's a gong.
Yeah, we have the gong in the background.
Yeah.
Because people are
some more to calm.
I'm sorry, but yeah, podcast people are partying and drinking outside.
Yeah.
And popping champagne. We should never gave them money, you know. Shit. So you know how Miami people are. Love them all though.
Oh, bro, they see a gong, they can't resist.
I'd say purpose, just because I went through so much last year, like we talked about.
Yeah.
And I almost quit music, and I went through a lot of hard things with losing a lot of people, including my grandmother, and deaths, and another friend of mine, and best friends, and so on and so forth. That I was like, damn, what, you know. Is money, everybody out here for money, and everybody wants, you know, clout and all this stuff that people are chasing. That's a fucking fake thing at the end of the day. Damn, did I say fuck it? I say fuck.
Oh, bro, you can say whatever you want, brother.
We're
in your casa, brother.
Okay. So at the end of the day, I felt like God came and just kind of showed me, yo, but music is your purpose, Brandon. And there's some people out here in the world that they chase money, they chase comfortability and things that they think is a human trait is gonna make them happy and stuff like that. But if you don't have a purpose in life, it don't matter how much money you have, it don't matter how comfortable you are or whatever, you're always searching for that. What am I here for? You understand?
Right.
And I feel like now I finally realize what I'm here for.
Wow. Miami Beatwave, as a friend and as a fan, let me just say, I've seen some of the body of your work. I've seen some of the magic that you've created with some of the prior guests that I've had on the show. You know, as research for, you know, every time that I have someone else on, I have to know kind of what their style is or whatever. And a lot of them, you know, have worked with you. You create magic, brother. You truly do, and I'm glad that you did not give up music, man.
I appreciate that, man, Juan, and I'll tell you what, man, thank you for doing this, and thank you for. I didn't want to reach out to anybody else because the first interview that I had with you, was so professional and you were so professional and everything was so beautiful that I was like, he's got to be the one at my release party.
I appreciate that so much, man. And I appreciate you. I appreciate deeply that you reached out. I truly do.
Of course.
Whenever, brother, whenever you want, we're there.
Appreciate you.
Hell yeah, brother. Last thing before we wrap up, I always ask a random question, and I gotta ask a random question.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? What bad decision did you make that actually turned out to be a good decision?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've grown as a man because I'll be honest with you. I've made a lot of bad decisions.
Amen, brother. Haven't we all?
I'm a musician, so I'm sure you. But I'm a good person, and I have a good heart, and I have a good soul. But I've made some bad decisions just because the Miami life, and you get in the entertainment industry, and you learn from those things, which I have.
Right.
So and that I think is beautiful to not be influenced by any of that stuff anymore, and just be who you are now. If I don't want to do something, I ain't gonna do it.
Right, hell yeah.
What I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about.
So, I don't know if that wraps up your question.
It does, brother. And I know we're definitely gonna get to a lot of different voices, a lot of different talent.
Yes, I'm excited
worked
about
on
that.
the album, definitely. And we'll definitely have you back on before we wrap up tonight, brother.
You're the man. Thank you.
Let's go. Thank you so much, brother.
Next
sir.
is Chris, which is my co-producer on the whole album.
Right.
And I'm gonna bring the rest of them with me. They're a little wild and crazy.
A wild bunch.
Everybody hold on to their. You thought I was crazy, so just wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. It is another beautiful, beautiful interview here at the Miamibeatwave album release party. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by Dean. You know what I'm talking about, the co-producer of Up Close and Personal. Dean, talk to me, brother. How are you doing this evening?
It's a great day. We're on Friday or Saturday? What's today?
I'm losing track, brother. I got a show tomorrow. Okay. Shout out Caramel Thunder, you know what I'm saying, UFC fighter, coming through midnight in Miami. Saturday, because we shoot Sundays.
Okay, it's a great Saturday then.
It's a wonderful Saturday. Different set. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You see the different lights. It looks like Midnight in Miami got a damn Target sponsorship. Gotta love it. And I gotta ask, Dean, what was it like working with, alongside Miamibeatwave, someone who's so professional, someone who has such great detail when it comes to his craft? Talk to us. What was your experience like?
Well, I mean, me and B been working together, probably growing about 10 years. No. 8 to 10 years, working together. So I already know his whole workflow. I know how he does his music. So it's pretty easy. He's actually one of the easiest people that it is for me to work with. Me and him are like, as far as like, I'm already thinking something, we already thought the same shit at like the same time.
Wow.
It's always been like that. Any records we do with whether it's R&B, hip hop, rock music we've done, like whatever it is, B's probably one of the easiest people I have to work with, definitely.
Wow. How'd you guys meet?
It's a funny story. So my boy Richie, shout out Richie.
Shout out Richie.
If you see this interview. Back up before that. So me and B went to the same middle school, high school, and we went to a park in our neighborhood. We lived in like the same area.
Oh, damn. You got
pretty much our whole lives, but I never knew him.
Wow.
I knew everybody, and for some reason I never know Brandon my whole life growing up as a kid, but we were apparently always around the same people, whatever. Okay. Years later, when I was like in my 20s, whatever, my boy Richie puts me like links me up with him.
Right.
I was more like a client at first because I was like, I need somebody to mix these beats that I do, different projects.
Of course.
So I would just go and, I met B and we would just, work on things together. But then he had all these artists that he was always working with, and he's like, yo, you got like crazy beats. I have these artists. Let's like put them together.
Right.
We did. I don't remember what the first record we ever did together, but that David Corey record that we have on the album is definitely one of the first songs that me and B did, like legit, like together.
Okay, okay.
So I think it was What Would You Say was the one that's on the album now. Ever since that day, man, like now it's like we just grown so much as like a unit together to working with like either we're producing D.U. Ivan's projects or we're
shout out D.U. Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan, what up?
You know what I'm saying? He's about to come on.
See, look, Ivan, I mentioned you in the interview, unlike you never mentioned me.
Damn, I appreciate you watching the show, gang. That's an avid listener.
Love,
you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
We have an inside joke about our interviews and.
Oh, for real?
Like yeah, me and Ivan. I'm like, oh, you never mentioned me, bro. You never talk about me. He does. I just eat shit with him.
Damn.
But
I'll give him shit when he comes on.
Yeah, man, and basically that's it, man. We started working together, and we've done so many records. I mean, since over the last like 8 to 10 years, you know, or less. But yeah, man, be super talented. I only like to work with talented people.
Right.
People that know how to do things quick, because I work super fast.
Right.
I'm thinking of something like we're in a session, we're working with an artist. I'm like, yo, cut that here, do that there.
Well, time is money.
I need somebody that could kind of like knows already what I'm thinking. He's already thinking about.
Right.
You know, so but yeah, it's super helpful.
For someone who's never listened to your music, never listened to your sound, how would you best describe it?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't feel like we have boundaries. We kind of just do whatever. Like me, I grew up with every form of music possible. So country music, rock music, like the heaviest rock you could hear, like the craziest shit, hip hop, you know, R&B. So I think we try to do everything like in the music for sure. Like on this album, you have like some records that sound disco.
Okay.
Like Bad Habits, and then you have other records that are just piano and vocals, and you have some that kind of sound like a reggae vibe. Like in today's world in 2021, right? 21.
He goes, "Are we? What year?"
It's still 21. Okay.
Yeah, nah, respect.
You got to do everything. You can't be a one
trick pony.
One trick pony. You can't. You got to be able to do everything because the competition is so much in the music industry.
Right.
You got people out here like that can rap, sing, do everything. So if you're not trying different styles of music, trying to like combine shit, you're just kind of not really like competing with the rest of the game.
Is it difficult for you to leave the judgment at the door in the sense of like, let's say someone comes in and wants to do a damn yodeling record? You know what I'm saying? Do you have an open mind or what?
We're gonna sample it or something? Yeah, absolutely.
Nah,
I mean,
what if it's a yodeler? Yeah, a yodeler.
I mean, if they want to pay us, sure.
Respect. Hell
you
yeah.
know, but I mean, if it's dope, it's dope. I never worked with the yodelers, but
right. Or a country singer.
I mean, country for sure.
Hell yeah.
I'm from Tennessee. I was born in Tennessee, so
Respect.
like that country life is like been in my blood since
Oh,
I was
yeah.
a kid. But then I grew up in Miami almost my whole life, so it's like I got both.
Yeah, but you got a
know.
Tennessee beard, brother.
Hey man,
And
you
that's
know,
facts, brother.
That's the one thing I got from my white family, my Cuban family, other side. But
That's
you know.
beautiful. Brother, before we start wrapping up, you know what I'm saying, co-producer, Dean extraordinaire, you know what I'm talking about? I always have the quest for the truth one way or another, and here's the random question for the evening. And it goes, and this one's a little bit deep. Here's, you know what I'm saying? I don't make these. It's
That's
a random
fine. Throw
generator.
It at me, bro. Throw it at me.
What are you currently doubting in your life?
What am I doubting?
Yes, sir.
That's a good question.
Yes, sir.
You want me to be 100% honest? I'm only doubting if I'll have more kids in my life.
Wow.
I have a daughter who's 4 years old, but the only thing I ever doubt is, do I want to have more kids?
Wow.
Honestly, that's like the only thing I can think. Everything else is going pretty much how I've expected. So
Man, I appreciate the honesty. That's beautiful, brother.
it's the only thing I can think of.
Man, that's the only thing you should be thinking of, man.
I mean,
That's
I could have
beautiful.
said some type of deep, introspective thing.
That is deep introspective. What you mean? Bro,
I guess, bro,
That's
yeah.
beautiful. Dean, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have anything for the people? Where can the people follow you? You know what I'm saying? If they want to follow your musical journey.
I only got Instagram. I know I'm slipping,
that's
but
fine, bro.
Chris Dean Music. That's ChrisDeanMusik. And yeah, you can find me on there, and whatever. If you're an artist and you want to work, I'm down. Let's make it happen.
Let's get it going. Hit him up, you know what I'm saying? I'll make sure to follow when I'm editing this video and adding you on Instagram and all that good stuff, and we'll get it going. Dean, brother, thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? You know what I'm talking about? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. It is still the beautiful evening of Miamibeatwave's album release party. And I am sitting down. It is my honor to be able to sit down with Ghost. You know what I'm talking about? There you go. Who is on the album himself. Ghost, talk to us about what it was like. What was your experience like in working with Miamibeatwave? How long have you been working with him, and kind of how did this all come about?
No, first and foremost, man, thank you for having me. That's number one.
Thank you,
Man,
brother.
it's a blessing just to be here. Working with Miamibeatwave, honestly, is a blessing because just me coming back into the music, getting on my grind back, from going through the stuff that we all go through in life. I think it's a comeback season for everybody.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think working with Miamibeatwave it's been a real journey for both of us as kind of us getting to know each other. And for the most part, us kind of getting back rolling into kind of getting good material out to the world, you know?
That's what I'm talking about. How did you guys first meet? How did you guys first start working?
I mean, I would say social media, but for the most part, it was kind of just word of mouth. I was just trying to find a producer to see my vision, and if I could see his vision, so we could build a team and build a vision. And for the most part, I think he did a great job on that album and music that he has before this, and that's what made me fall in love with his craft. So I definitely wanted to engage with him in social media, and I reached out to him, and ever since then we've been kind of doing great with each other, you know, just had a bond and just chemistry in music, because it's hard to find that in some people.
Oh, 100%, man. Ghost, you speak about vision.
Yeah.
How would you describe, for someone who's never listened to your music, how would you best describe your sound?
My sound right now is kind of a little bit like life in general, where it takes you ups and downs.
Okay.
I kind of just want to portray a little bit of that sound that takes you from every perspective and every part of life, you know?
Okay.
So, I mean, my sound, I think it's kind of like emotional. A lot of emotions involved in it.
Right.
And when it comes to my melodies and just coming up with how I collab with people and how we come up with a storyline to kind of people to reflect to it, you know?
Right. You talk about emotions. Do you sometimes feel like it's kind of like a venting session when you go in the booth?
Yes, 100%. You know, since I started making music when I was a kid, since 12, I think been writing music and just being able to express myself on a platform, I think it's a beautiful thing, you know?
Okay.
And yeah, man.
Did you always, from a young age, think that you were gonna pursue a path that was artistic, or did you always know that like a typical 9-to-5 wasn't for you?
For the most part, honestly, I always wanted to be something in life, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It was one time I wanted to be a boxer. One time I wanted to be a football player. One time I just
you watched Fury and Wilder? That shit was insane, dog.
Forget about it, man. Fury's a beast, you know, but also Wilder's another beast.
Oh,
you know?
bro, respect. That shit was crazy.
100%. So then, like that's at the end of the day, I always wanted to be something in life. So I just knew that if it was music or something, it had to be within my heart. You know, it wasn't really about just what life would take me, is what it was meant to be in my purpose, you know? So music was where all the ups and downs is what lead me to where I wanted to be at the end of the day. You know, what God kind of at the end of the day had planned for me, you know?
You talk about making something out of yourself in life. You know, as someone who's, you know, just met you, you carry yourself with such drive, such passion.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I can only imagine how it is in the booth. So I commend you, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
100%, man.
First of all, congratulations for the work that you put on the album. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Tremendous work.
Yes.
Before I wrap up, you know, I definitely want to ask, I always ask something called the quest for the truth. You know what I'm talking about? And I ask a random question. And I don't know what this question is going to be at all right? And here we go.
Let's go. I want to hear it. Tell me about it.
All right. Here's a good one. Ghost, what's the best compliment you ever received?
What's the best compliment I ever received? Since you say I'm such a motivational me just being motivated, you know, is a compliment, you know, just to me, you know, it drives me, you know. So I think being motivated into that catalog and being able to be it's a compliment to me, you know.
I appreciate that.
Hey, man, you're a motivated person. It's a compliment because it drives me to push more, you know.
Hell yeah.
And then whatever I could do to spread good energy, that's what I'm here for at the end of the day. You know, whatever God has planned, man.
Brother, you have phenomenal energy.
God is great, man.
Hell yeah, yes sir. And you have phenomenal energy, man. Ever since I started got here, setting up and everything, bro. You've been top 9, bro. Phenomenal,
man. At the end of the day, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm here to be better as a better man every day. You know, if I have flaws, that's cool. I'm proud of them, and I think the world should be proud of their flaws. You know, at the end of the day, to pass that energy into great energy and to kind of make a real impact in life, you know?
Hell yeah.
So, man, man.
Brother, it was an absolute honor speaking with you. You know what I'm saying? For our listeners, where can they follow, you know what I'm saying? Social media, talk to us, all that good stuff.
Yes, so it's on social media, it's Instagram, Holy Ghost, Holy_Ghost 305. That's my main page. That's where my main platform is at. That's where I want all my followers to follow me at, so I can take you to the next level.
Boom. You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. You see it on the screen.
What's up,
you know what I'm saying? Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming through, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much,
Thank
brother.
you all.
Thank you so
all for
much.
hearing.
Thank you. You guys have a good one. and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. I hope you are not tired of that introduction. You know what I'm talking about, because it is not the first nor the last time you're going to hear it this evening. It is my absolute honor to be here tuned in at the Miamibeatwave album release party. For the first time in a long time, I think for the first time ever, really, that we've had a Midnight in Miami executive, exclusive, on location podcast. You know what I'm talking about. It is my honor to be able to be sitting here alongside, you know what I'm talking about, Christy Love. Christy, talk to us. How are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing phenomenal. I am also very ecstatic to be here in a different set. You've been at our actual, Midnight in Miami studios, and it's a complete vibe. But here we're at a recording studio. It's a whole thing. I like it. Change it up, change the scenery a little bit. Christy Love, talk to us about your contribution to Miamibeatwave's album tonight.
So my contribution for the Miamibeatwave album, Up Close and Personal, is I am on the track Bullets.
Okay.
I am singing the entire track.
All right.
And it was co-written between me and Beatwave and Rock Soul.
By the way, I love how you specify the entire track. Let's get that real straight, real quick. You know what I'm talking about?
It's mostly because I'm usually background singing for Rock Soul's tracks.
Okay. Shout out Rock Soul. Shout out Rock Soul. You know what I'm saying? Out here doing security work. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down.
Yes, or I do some verses here and there for some artists, but this is the first song that I have that is just me, which was kind of crazy, and it's the song Bullets.
Okay.
And the way that song even came about is because he sent me and Roxol a poem where he was writing. The only line that stuck out to me was bullets in the chamber, that kind of love is dangerous. And I'm like, that could be a song. You know that,
Lord.
right?
Oh.
So when I saw that, I'm like, let's write a song about that. So
that's
he
a
came
bar.
over.
Oh, good Lord. Oh.
Yeah, that song was written at 4 a.m. at our house.
The best ones are. The best ones are.
The best ones are. And it's crazy because that song was just it's one of those songs that just kind of came to be. It's just so easy to write, and it just came natural. And when you hear it, you tell what it's about. It's like a relationship. How many chances can you give a relationship a shot?
Right.
That's pretty much what the song is.
Did it touch any sort of emotional chords for you?
Not really. Well, I guess in a way, if you think about, you probably don't know, but basically how me and Roxol got together in the beginning. It wasn't always just we're just gonna go out right away. There was a process to that.
Right.
So it was pretty much on the second chance that we got together, and we have been together since for over 10 years.
Oh,
so
damn, that's consistency right there.
Yeah. So I guess it could hit some emotional chords there, but really it was Miamibeatwave who wrote that song in just the theme of it.
Right.
And we just filled in the gaps, and we wrote. I'm super proud of that verse.
As you should be.
Because I wrote, the majority of that verse, and I'm, so proud of it,
Does that kind of, ring different for you when you write the chorus yourself? Is it different for you as opposed to when you're just singing somebody else's words?
Yeah, I mean, when you sing your own words, it's just you connect to the music so much more. It's this is something I created that a producer like Miamibeatwave thinks is fire.
Right.
That is really hard to do. So the fact that he even loved it and appreciated it, he's we're keeping that. I was like, all right, cool, no changes. This is awesome. Did
you feel any sort of, you say a producer like Miamibeatwave, and it's true, he has such a legacy. He has such a body of work. Did you feel any sort of pressure going into the booth and working in such a large project?
Not at all, just because he knows how to make the artist feel comfortable in the booth. And also, he just knows, if it's already approved before it's even recorded, it makes you feel okay, I got this,
Right.
It's okay, I got this. He already loved what it was. I just got to sing it again in a microphone, and it'll be fine.
Damn.
And the thing about Beatwave is just that it's hard to impress someone like that, because he does listen to so many artists. He does work with so many artists. How do you... how does someone like that, who has to hear music all day, appreciate something coming from me, who's just starting in music pretty much? So it was nice to know that he appreciated it and loved the music, because it's always an honor to work with someone like that. And when somebody that has that many years of experience loves what you're doing, it just kind of gives you like the validation that you need as an artist, you know? It's like, oh, okay, cool. So I am dope. I wasn't just like, it wasn't just in my mind.
Girl, you're preaching to the choir. So I guess how often do you find yourself needing that sort of validation in an industry that so rarely does provide validation?
I mean, most of the validation has to come from within yourself. You have to
Amen.
know.
Amen, sister.
You have to have that confidence within yourself to be able to do music in general, or even interviews like this. You have to have a certain level of confidence, like, you know. But that's where it starts. But sometimes you just need people that are constantly working with dope artists to tell you that you're dope too. You know. And
Girl, I got nervous too. If it wasn't for this jean jacket, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
So I think that's, you know. Sorry, I don't know how to finish that sentence. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel.
That's phenomenal. Christy Love, before we start wrapping up, first of all, thank you so much for joining us today. I always got to, wrap up with some sort of segment. And I'm going to do Quest for the Truth because that's what we're doing at the Miamibeatwave album release party for Up Close and Personal. And I don't know what this question is going to be, okay? So just
cool.
giving you a heads up. Okay, this one's a little creepy. I'm not going to lie. Do you have a secret place? I don't know what that means, but yeah.
A secret place.
Yeah.
I guess it could apply for me and Roxol, who's obviously my fiance. We're getting married next year. I think our secret place can be Fairchild Gardens. It's kind of like a garden with butterfly. It has like a butterfly garden and plants and stuff. I guess that could be like a secret place because it's like I love butterflies, so I find peace in like being in like a little butterfly garden. I think it's cute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Respect. Mm-hmm. Wow. I mean, you can find peace amongst a bunch of bugs. That's mad respect. Because I'd be terrified. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be terrified. But that's beautiful. It sounds like a beautiful place.
Yeah, it just has like really nice flowers. It's like one of those things where like we live in Miami, right? It's a city, so many busy things. When you find a little piece of nature, why not?
Exactly. Yes. Very true. Very true. That's beautiful. Christy Love, thank you again so much for joining us. Talk to us about social media. Where can the people follow your journey, your artistic journey?
So my Instagram is Christy Love Music. And, I'm a videographer and photographer and graphic designer, and I do a bunch of stuff. So I guess my main plug would be Khalil Media, which is COLIV Media. Okay,
there we go. You see it on the screen. Please give them a follow. Let them know that we thank you. I'll see you, throughout the evening. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you every, Thursday at midnight? Holla.
Let's do it.
Do it.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. How are you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about, bald version, but still beautiful. It is an honor to still be here at the Miamibeatwave album release party right before we have an intermission because we're actually about to listen to the body of work, which I'm very excited for, before we get back to it. But right before this intermission, it is my honor to be able to be sitting alongside, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jae Santana. Thank you so much for joining us, brother.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Of course. First of all, someone who has so much work invested into this album and to Up Close and Personal. First of all, tell me, how did it all come to be? How did you and Beatwave start working together? How did it all come about?
Oh, man. Let me see if I could shorten that and make it. It's a long story, but honestly, genuinely, Beatwave is longtime friends with my brother, my older brother of mine.
Okay, shout out older brother.
Shout out Jae Santana.
There we go.
I love you, bro, big bro. He's the best brother in the world.
There we go.
But he linked me up. He said, hey, you should work with Brandon, because he knew him personally through high school and things like that. And he just said, hey, man, shoot him a text, this and that. One day back in about like 2013, 2014, I shot him a text, but I was never serious. So the first time I took it serious was at the end of 2019, was when I wrote a track, and we finally linked up and got together, and it was my first single, and we kind of almost just clicked automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like he not only did he see my talent, but he saw that, you know, I was someone that, you know, really collaborated well with him. He's an incredible writer. So it was almost just instantaneous. And then from there, we just kept writing and making music. He used to, a phrase that he tells me sometimes is when he goes, yo, you're like Elton and I'm Bernie. Because Bernie was Elton's writer.
Right.
And then I provide the melodies. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
he's an incredible writer. And then that's kind of how it was. We just linked up and we just been working ever since.
Wow. Do you find it being kind of like half the battle, finding someone that you can really, truly see eye to eye with artistically?
No, I mean, sometimes, look, you come across certain people, right?
Right.
Where when you're creating something like a song,
Okay.
right? With Brandon, here's the thing. I've worked with several producers in Miami.
Okay.
I've worked with people here. You know, I mean, I have friends, this and that. But when it has come to Brandon or Miamibeatwave, as most people know him,
Right.
it's never been a problem. It's never been an issue. He doesn't give me any pressure. He gives me suggestions, but he knows that I respect his opinion and he respects mine. So it's almost like this mutual thing where the reason we connect and the reason why we did something like this is because it's that respect between an artist and a producer where you're like, hey, look, I know we have a friendship, but at the same time we respect each other as artists.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
there was instantly that mutual respect as well.
Wow.
Yeah, he's real recognize real. You know what I'm
Right,
trying
of
to
course,
say?
of course.
Yeah, man.
For someone who's never listened to your sounds, how would you best describe it?
I would say R&B pop
Okay.
with hints of soul.
Oh, shit.
That's how I would kind of describe it.
And why do you say with hints of soul?
I guess because when most of my life growing up, when I've sang in places and, you know, people have talked to me like family, friends, things like that, they always tell me, bro, you have so much soul.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, I grew up on R&B,
Okay.
so I guess
Right.
that's why. But
Right.
it just comes out of me, you know what I mean? And I feel everything I sing. If I don't... Trust me, if you ever see me perform, you'll be able to tell if I don't feel it.
What would you say are like your top 3 musical inspirations?
Oof. Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Man, I would say The Weeknd.
Okay.
He's honestly, I've listened to him since the beginning. And if I would say any other artist in terms of vocals and vocal range, Bruno Mars.
Oh, shit.
Bruno Mars is the man.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Every single time that we have an episode, we definitely have a segment. And the segment that we are doing here at the Up Close and Personal Release Party is the quest for the truth. And that means that I'm going to ask a random question. I don't know what the question is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's
it's
see.
a generator, so we don't even know what's about to happen.
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Mr. Jae Santana. Have you ever been punished for something you didn't do?
Oh, man, this is a tough one.
It's a toughie.
Have I ever been punished for something I didn't do? I mean, haven't we all, though?
right, bro. In one way or another.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I have, but it would be too personal for me to describe it. So, but all I like
So
to
give
say
me a
is
second best. Give me a second best.
second best is, man. No, the thing is, it's a little, it's deep, man. It's deep.
deep. It's deep.
It's deep. It's like personal, you know, like
No, I
family.
understand,
You know
I
what I mean?
understand.
But I mean, sometimes, you know, like even with arguments with friends, right? You could
Right.
be like, yo, I'm right. And then they start scolding you
Right.
because they're like, no, this didn't happen. And then
Right.
come to find out,
Right.
he was right.
Right.
He was
Oh
right.
yeah, like telling a friend that his girl is cheating and then nah, that's not happening.
I hope you don't mind
But
that I
then-
couldn't answer that.
No.
I hope you don't mind.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But no, I mean, that's scenarios like that happen all the time. What was the biggest challenge in working on this album?
The biggest challenge was knowing what to put on it. Because, you know, throughout the artists that are on the album and then throughout what me and Beatwave have done, we didn't really, you know, the idea of this conceptual album for Miamibeatwave came early this year.
Right.
But we had work on so many things and we didn't know what to do with certain songs. So I guess the toughest challenge was amongst the array of songs we had and things we had produced together was knowing what to put on it, who to involve on it. We knew we wanted to do an R&B album, but we knew we had some pop hits, like the song Bullets and Habits on the album.
Of course. Bangers.
Bangers. I love them. But the biggest challenge was, the set list and knowing what to put on the album, because when you work with someone like Brandon, he has so much in the vault ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
So the biggest challenge was, knowing what to put on it and who to make a part of the album.
Wow. Brother, thank you so much for joining us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my bad.
No,
Thank
you're
you,
good, brother.
Thank you.
That's a vigorous handshake, you know what I'm saying? For the people, where can they follow your journey, your musical journey? Talk to us social medias.
So my Instagram is at the Jae Santana, TheJae Santana.
Boom. You see it on the screen.
Yeah, man, and I'm gonna be dropping some music soon.
There you go.
We got this album coming out.
There we go.
Up Close and Personal by Miamibeatwave.
There we go.
With some of the greatest artists in Miami.
Absolute best. Brother, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me,
Thank
man.
you.
I appreciate it.
Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla.
Nah, I heard that. Appreciate you.
Sure, of course.
B is a homie, man. I've been doing music with B for a minute, since 2015 type.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about, bald version. Here at the Miamibeatwave album release party for Up Close and Personal. You know what I'm talking about. It is my absolute pleasure, my absolute honor to be able to be joined alongside, ladies and gentlemen, Marcolen Hayes. What's going on, brother? How's everything going?
Everything going on good,
all right,
man.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Hayes, talk to us. What was your input in Up Close and Personal? What's your relationship with Miamibeatwave like? Talk to us a little bit.
Okay, well, Miamibeatwave, we've been doing music since 2015. We've been doing it for a while. So, he was telling me about something about a year back. He's putting something together.
Right.
And, he did it with Jae Santana. I'm not actually on the album. I'm just like an artist that works with him for, full time, basically. And he's just a great engineer.
Right. As someone who has accumulated such a name down here as a professional, a lot of people want to work with you, and you've worked with a variety of producers. Mm-hmm. What kind of sets Miamibeatwave apart from the rest?
It's just his sound, his ears. His ears are different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of the producers here, the engineers, they listen to things on different, BPMs and stuff and different styles. But this guy really knows what he's doing, and he's proven it to me, countless times.
For someone who has never listened to your sound before, how would you best describe it?
I would best describe it like trap ambience music. Type vibe with a little bit of R&B, a little bit of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And
man.
something that's melodic, that is good vibrations. You know what I mean?
Vibey, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like, bro, I want to be in my car smoking to that already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my last joint, man. My last joint was Hotel 305.
Okay.
You can check that out. They had that spin on the radio for a few times.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, we just get into it. TGT is where I'm from. TGT Entertainment.
And we go. Big shout out. Shout out
to the homies.
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to the homies. But man, we pushing right now, and that project has really changed my outlook on how music is supposed to be that I want to create, and then my fans and my audience are able to tap into.
Right. Hey, as you talk about it getting radio playing, getting radio spins, what are some of the moments as an artist that it really makes you be like, damn, like, this shit's really happening. Like some moments that kind of like were like, wow, like it hit you, it impacted you that this shit is really happening.
I think when I opened up for the Locks in 2016, that was the first time, and it was just a great experience because I grew up on their music. You know what I'm saying, on Wu-Tang and stuff like that, and then Luke and a whole bunch of other people. But after that, it was just hearing your voice on the radio, man. I called up my daughter, you know what I'm saying? I told her, I said, yo, put on the radio, you can listen to, my girl, everything. So
that's powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's inspiring, man, because, I got a team also, and I wanna be able to show them, or we all rotate that energy that we're able to accomplish these goals, you know what I mean?
What does it mean for you to show your daughter like what can be accomplished if you really put your mind to something?
is that everything is possible, man. Everything is possible. If you speak good things in your life, laws of attraction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Good things happen to you. If you say bad things or not say it, but think it, you speak it, you live by it, and you die by it too.
Right. 100%. Brother, you seem to have a very an understanding of fashion. You know what I'm saying? The man's come here dressed to the nines, you know what I'm saying? Looking fly as fuck, you know what I'm saying? I gotta ask, you know what I'm saying? How does fashion tie into how you express yourself as an artist, and kind of like how important do you think it is to be able to like express yourself with fashion when you have music?
Yeah, fashion and music, they've been going together for a long time. They've had this marriage since the early 40s, you know what I'm saying? And me, I feel like it's just like a figure of speech, or it's anything that you can do that it brings out your individuality, you know what I'm saying, with music. And with the way that you feel about certain things you're passionate about.
100%.
And I just came in some J's and some Ralph Lauren, some plaids.
Looking fresh.
A Madonna shirt.
There we go.
Something light, but at the end of the day, like, I want what I wear, to speak for me.
Right. And lastly, before we start wrapping up, I do want to ask if you could say what would be your top 3 musical inspirations?
Top 3 musical inspirations. I think I would. Does it have to be like a influence of an artist, or
anything, producer, artist, whatever, anything that maybe when you were growing up or now, someone's sound that you're like that it influenced you?
Man, to be honest, like we was kind of always doing the music thing and freestyling and stuff like that. So when we kind of came up, it was just like we wanted to create our own sound, but we were listening to like a lot of different shit, like Bone Thugs, T.I. We were listening to UGK, you know what I'm saying? Hot Boys.
Hell yeah.
And, things change as music grows.
Of course.
And I feel like my top 3 would be Tupac, definitely. Not even saying that because we had an interview. It's just what I grew up on, you know what I mean? Besides that, I listen to like a lot of jazz, man, like Duke Ellington, you know what I'm saying? That's probably another one. And Red Hot Chili Peppers, probably.
Wow, man. Yeah. Bro, that's variety, brother.
There's just the sounds, brother.
Hell yeah.
They're on my frequency, so.
That's what I'm talking about. And then the last question, you know what I'm saying? We always have 3 different segments, you know what I'm saying? And in our many interviews, we have one segment, and that's the quest for the truth. And that's going to be a random question. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what this question is going to be. You know what I'm saying? But here we go. Let's get it. Oh, damn. All right, this one's a little deep. It's a little deep, I'm not going to lie. Okay. It's a little deep, all right? So be prepared. I don't know. What's the story about the last time you cried?
The story about the last time I cried. I was having a lot of dreams back in the days, maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
A type of person like how we grew up. I'm not to say quote unquote scared of death. I'm scared of being contained. You know what I mean? So I would have these dreams of being jammed, or just stuff that's I feel like it's just deep to me. You know what I mean? So probably just waking up type shit.
Right.
But besides that, I tell my kids, if you're gonna cry, let it out. But then after that, you gotta level up. Like you gotta, you gotta push. Kids understand that after a while.
Of course, of course.
But yeah, that's deep. That's crazy. That caught me off guard.
Yeah, me too.
Girl, she was just telling me like we can't. I came a long way and stuff like that. We speak to the homies and we all came a long way. Shout out Goop, shout out Zay, Jeff, X,
big shout out.
Whoa, Big ZB, Billy, everybody, man. Jack, my boy right here. He behind the scenes.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Jay? But yeah, I appreciate you having us, man.
Of course, man. We appreciate you. I appreciate you being honest, brother. That's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Talk about social media. Where can the people follow your journey?
Definitely. First of all, follow TGT_ENT.
There we go.
That's the label right there. That's the set. Follow me, MARCOLEN_Hayes. HAYES.
There we go.
Twitter too.
There we go. You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Follow the man. Follow his journey. The man's talented. All right. Brother, thank you again for dropping on. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Of course.
Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is going on? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. We got Tetrus in the background saying my damn lines, make it feel predictable. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? It is my absolute honor. We are here joined by a powerhouse, a talent magnet, if you will, right after we had the privilege, the honor of listening to Miamibeatwave's new body of work, up close and personal. I am joined by Cashe. Cashe, brother, how are you doing today?
I'm great, man. I'm here with you.
Man, thank you. All right, man. First of all, peep the jeans, peep the look, peep the chains. You know what I'm saying? The man's looking fly.
Yeah,
all right, Cashe, brother. Before we get into everything, I mean, since we are talking about the outfit, brother, talk to me about the relationship between. I think we're being listened outside. I don't know. Talk to me about the relationship of fashion and music and how they coincide.
Oh man, like it's you can't really separate the two. When you think of hip hop, you think of fashion influences and what's trendy.
Okay.
And what's popping at the moment.
Okay.
I remember growing up and I remember looking at the fashions with Rakim and LL and looking at Run DMC, and then comes the Jays, the Nas's, and just following these fashion trends. And I remember watching these rappers at the time where Dapper Dan, when everything was Dapper Dan influence, right? So we talking about like fashion has been a big part of my upbringing. My parents were very fashion influenced. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with that. I couldn't help but see it. The shit was in my household. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, my dad had a crazy record collection. Oh, man. So we talking about I grew up listening to the Kenny G's, the Anita Bakers, the LLs, and these records. My dad was playing 2 Live Crew in the crib. Like, so I couldn't separate the two. I don't know how people do it, but when you think about rappers in today, like, we like, yo, you can't be hot and not be fashionable. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember having a conversation the other day about J. Cole. Okay. And just to see where he's at now, and I guess he just decided, he was like, yo, fuck it. Bruh. So when you see him now, even though his talent is through the roof, he's like, man, I just want to be me and be comfortable. Man,
he's rocking gym shorts and a bicycle, bruh.
And some Crocs, right?
Respect.
So he's shooting videos in Crocs and a flannel and a t-shirt and some shorts, and he's just doing him. So he's bringing another aspect. He's like, yo, like, you don't even gotta fit the stereotype of a rapper. He's like, yo, you could be hot and be this or be yourself or whatever it is you want to do. Right.
He'll also go to damn Africa, start playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? And that's J. Cole.
And that's J. Cole.
Oh, man. And it's funny you mentioned Dapper Dan. I feel like it's one of the people who has made such an accomplishment in being able to, quote unquote, bootleg Gucci and then getting hired by Gucci. What a milestone.
It was a yes, it was. You know what I'm saying? To be able to get into those fashion houses and get a high position, because let's keep it totally 100.
A million.
These big brands, they gather their influence and inspiration from our hip hop culture. Oh, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So when you see, I mean, I didn't hear about Amiri until I seen the rappers rocking it. Right. So to be totally clear, like, it was only right that they go back 100%. And they go get a Dapper Dan. It's only right that they go and they go get a Virgil. It's only right that they go get a Sandberry to boom, boom, boom.
Long overdue.
Long overdue. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, we can partner with them and we can help their brand grow within the culture. But I feel like Dapper Dan has enough influence to start his own shit on his own, because he's 100%. that dope.
He's that iconic, man.
Right.
Damn. Cashe, brother, talk to me. If you were to meet someone who's never listened to your sound, how would you best describe it?
It's relatable. It's relatable. It's real. It's my life experiences. Sonically, when people hear my music, the first thing they say is, okay, they put me in a lane with other rappers. So that's what somebody who's, they'll say, yo, I can hear you with a Cole, or I can hear you with a Meek Mill, or I can hear you with this, and I can hear you with that. So they're automatically putting against top tier lyricists in today's, industry, right? So I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I like that, because when I create, I put myself in a space to where, if I was in a room with these guys, I have to compete. I look at it as, because I played sports growing up. Okay. So I'm very competitive.
What'd you play?
I played baseball, I played football, I played basketball.
Damn.
I played volleyball in middle school, right?
But did you do the Olympics, bro? Like, oh my God.
No, I was just into like sports, you know what I'm saying? But basketball was my first love.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I always been competitive. My father was a baller, right? So so when it comes to rap, I just always been competitive. I was in the battle scene early on in my career, right? So you talking about just having that competitive drive. So I always, whenever I go in, when I'm in the studio by myself, it's just me and Beatwave. In my mind, I'm like, if I was in the room with Hove right now, how would I approach this record? If I was in the, you know what I'm saying? So I approach every record that way. Because I want to be able to compete. I want to, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done for me, I have to be one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
How do you feel that your roots in battling influenced your sound now?
It had a lot to do with it. Because you got to be witty. You got to be really clever with your lines and witty. But I think once I outgrown that, it was like, yo, I got to be able to write records. I got to be able to write great songs. I want to be a great songwriter. But I wanted to still keep the roots part. I wanted to be able to incorporate the wittiness. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, if I'm going to be great, I need to be able to tell stories. I need to be able to do this. I need to be able to do that. So it wasn't just the battle rap. I understood, okay, to go to the next level, I got to be able to have all, I got to be able to check the boxes in my Royce the 5'9" voice.
Yeah.
I got to be able to check all the boxes as an artist and as an MC. You know what I'm saying? So.
What's been your experience like so far working with Miamibeatwave?
Miamibeatwave met in 2012. And from the moment we met, we just clicked. And it's been on ever since. He's been recording me ever since. He's been producing half of my records ever since. And we kind of grew and we cultivated like this sound with me and him in the studio. Like, I don't have to tell him how I want my voice to sound. He just knows. We've been working that long. He knows what to add on top of it. He knows what not to add. He knows what fits and what doesn't fit.
Is it difficult? Is it difficult for you to be able to find someone that you have that cohesive same idea as far as the project? Or, I mean, have you tried multiple producers before and, it didn't work out for X, Y, and Z? Talk to me about the importance of finding someone who you see eye to eye with creatively.
Well, with him, throughout time, because he kind of, when we first started working, it's like, he saw where I was at that point. So you talking about growth from 2012 up to now. So he's like, yo, okay, we did this, we did that, and he's been witnessing everything, the progression, right? So he's like, yo, he'll give me an idea of where we need to take it to next. And I'm like, and I'll give him whatever vision or idea I have at the moment of where I'm trying to take it. So we somehow, some way meet in the middle. Right? And he's like, all right, look, I got this idea. And I'm like, okay, look, this is what I want to say. This is what I'm trying to say. And for some reason, it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? It just flows.
Right.
And it's never been difficult.
Right.
Maybe because we just formed this relationship and we get in and we'll sit. We don't even get right to work when we first come in. We come in and we just talk, and we talk about what's going on in your life, what's going on in my life. And then from there, it's like, okay, because at the end of the day, it's just like I said, somebody asked me something. It's relatable, bro. Like, my music is expressing my life and things I have experienced. That's what makes my music, I think, great. Because there's not another me, right? It's only one me, but people can relate to my experiences, right?
100%.
So, like, we're getting in there and we're trying to bring that to a record. So, and I tell him, I say, yo, if I say some whack shit, bro, like you gotta let me know if I say some whack shit. If it sounds whack, let me know it sounds whack. What I need to do, we come back. You know what I'm saying? So he's always kept it 100 when we in. He's not biting his tongue with me, and I ain't biting my tongue with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a fun process because we just have a natural, organic love for each other, and we just sit and talk, and we gonna talk our shit, and we gonna get in there. We gonna make the best music possible that we can make.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And you do. Cashe, brother, first of all, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I do have one last question. I always hit him up. You know, I always have 3 segments in my regular show.
Right.
Our regular show lasts an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Tetrus is, you know what I'm saying? He can attest to that.
Facts.
And we'll definitely have you on for a full episode. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely be on that. But one of the 3 segments is the quest for the truth. And in this segment, I ask a random question. Like, I don't know what this question is going to be. I just have a random question generator, and here we go. All right? What do you consider the best decision you've made thus far in your life? Intense.
Getting married.
Damn, bro.
Best decision ever made.
Is it Valentine's Day? Good Lord.
Best decision I ever made, bro.
Wow.
Best decision. Hands down.
Hands down. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. Ain't take me long to think it, right?
Bro, oh, man. Great answer, brother. That's one of the best answers we had all night, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Cashe, thank you so much for joining us. For the people, you know, talk to us about social media. Where can they follow your journey, your musical journey?
You can hit me up on IG at I am Cashe. That's IAMCASHE. You can follow me on Facebook. I am Cashe. You can hit me up on Twitter, _ I am Cashe.
Boom.
SoundCloud, I am Cashe.
Boom.
You can look me up, Cashe, on Spotify and all these other streaming platforms. But, you know, I got my link in my bio on my IG. So that'll lead you to everything. And also, you can hit up, I have a store site because I got my own fashion brand. It's the brand, right?
Man.
So you can go to www.blackmogulcollection.shop.
Beautiful.
You can get your sneakers. You can get
All right.
your clothing, your accessories, all that.
Man, you got a whole outfit right there.
Facts.
That's amazing, brother. Thank you again, brother. Thank you so much for dropping on by, man. And we can't wait to have you in the studio.
Oh, I gotta come ASAP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla.
Yes. Let's get fucking pumped up. Fucking pumped up.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's your motherfucking boy.
Your boy.
The Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. I've said ecstatic probably like 8 times today. So I'm going to use another adjective. I'm going to use engulfed by excitement.
Let's go.
Yes, I am engulfed by excitement.
Talk your shit.
By the titan of industry.
Titan, young king.
You know what I'm saying? That is joining us today. We are here, yes. Where are we? At the album release party of Miamibeatwave.
Beatwave?
You know what I'm saying? Up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
yeah,
I really like that.
I like that. That was a good one.
I like that a lot.
That was a good one.
First of all, can we give our viewers a throwback to our car salesman handshake?
Let's do this. There you go.
And that's
there
amazing. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm not even... Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by King Tetrus.
Check. Hey, yo, King Tetrus in the motherfucking house. What's really good?
Oh
my brethren, it's been a minute.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so happy to have you here, man.
Man, always a movie whenever I'm, you know what I'm saying, I got to kick it with King Tetrus. Always a vibe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tetrus, where do we even begin? Where do we commence such a star-studded episode as tonight?
Honestly, it's one of those things that people are just going to need to pray for. They may need to get some extends, adult diapers. You may need to get some extra lube, extra Trojans.
Oh, yeah.
Grab your Henny.
All that good stuff.
All my amigos, drink Casamigos.
Yeah.
Like, we're about to do the best 15 minutes of all of their lives.
Yeah. Shout out Caliente Superstore. It's a sex store in Hialeah. You know what I'm saying? 24 hours.
Get the bag, bro. Get the bag, bro. Get the bag, bro. Here for it.
Tetrus, talk to me about how your evening has been so far at the album release party of Miamibeatwave.
You know, I'm not a real like R&B ass person. You know what I'm saying?
Ass person.
Like I'd be like, my face needs to get stunk up a little bit.
but I heard it and it made me feel something.
Bro, it made me feel things.
Like it made me feel things, right?
100%.
I've been looking around. I was just like, is this what like Disney movies really are supposed to be about? It evoked an emotion.
You know what?
I mean?
It reminded me of when I walked into the Wizarding World of Harry Potter for the first time, and they had the music playing, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is legit. This is legit."
For everybody who knows has never been, that shit is like awesome though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even a big Harry Potter fan, and I was like, "Yo, this shit is lit."
Right.
I love this shit.
The speakers. You got bows in here.
For real.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that guy with like the little like the older person that had like the glasses with like the weird nose. and stuff,
yeah.
I was like, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta just.
You're
too close.
Yeah,
you're too close,
bro,
man. You're too close.
Proactive or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, man, but it's been great. I love it, and I actually had a chance to like hear a lot of the records before he did them, and
that
like
VIP
I was
experience,
bro, can I rap, please? Like you're playing all this shit. Can I? Like you don't want no rap?
Oh
like
my
no,
God.
check. Like I'll
Check,
get my
check.
voice lower. I'll get my LL on. Like what's up?
Okay,
Like, I got
okay,
it. You know what I mean? I don't, but I would have tried. I would have tried.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
at
sir.
least maybe like clips on with Justin Timberlake type shit. Like I would have tried my best to like really do it. But no, it was a beautiful record, and I love that. Like it didn't seem like it was too long. It was kind of straight to the point, but it was beautiful.
Right.
Like it was absolutely beautiful placed, and I loved it. I'm super happy for Beatwave.
Tetrus, talk to me about some musical inspirations that you have. One thing that I definitely want to get into is kind of like you have such an individualistic sound. Did that come about organically, naturally? Your lyrics are witty, you know what I'm saying? Like you incorporate personality into them and bars. I'm a fucking fan of bars.
Yeah, that's why I call my name.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I got.
So talk to me about some of the inspiration that got you there.
Oh, getting made fun of in high school. That would be number one.
Amen.
Number one. I don't know if you can tell.
Those
the
clapbacks in the
listeners.
shower hit hard, boy.
Like, it was like, it was like this. It's like, high pitched voice, really proper.
Yes.
New kid around town,
Okay.
and I want to rap. It's kind of like, well, you're gonna get made fun of a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, how can I make sure I don't get made fun of? God, I gotta say some really witty shit. Like I gotta with some really witty shit. And like in the ciphers in high school would be like dreadheads and Chicos with like gold teeth and like Dickies that are really like capri pants because they're like down to the ankle.
Yeah.
Right. And then like girls with like the hair plastered on their face with gold teeth and shit, and it would be like, entertain me. Like, you better fucking say some shit, you know what I'm saying? So I got to the point where I just wanted to be witty, and the people that I like really loved were like the Jay-Z's, the Nas's, but like I still love Jeezy, I still love Trick, I still love JT Money, I still love like a lot of these like Miami influence. Also Pitbull, I was just in a Pitbull like a couple minutes ago before I got on the camera.
Hell yeah.
So all things Miami, but all things lyricism. So like you put that all together and you have this like really weird short bald guy that likes vintage but talks nothing about Miami. You know what I mean?
Bro, so
check.
How were you able to, coming from a background of getting, picked on or whatever the case, how were you able to use that energy and not be extremely nervous at something as risky as a cipher where your mind is rushing 1,000,000 miles per second and you're looking for the right word that rhymes and has the correct end rhyme? And how does the nerves of looking like of whatever they called you, how does that not affect you?
You just don't run from it, right? Like it's like the Eminem effect. Like before,
great reference.
Before they could like say anything bad about him, he just embraced it and was like, "Yeah, I am."
Right.
And I basically just took that and said, like, y'all are not going to be better than me. Like, so it got to the point where people would say, like, I might not fuck with his music, but like he's nice as shit. Like he can really rap.
Oh yeah.
So my ego was unbruised and unscathed. Like it's the most impenetrable force in the history of mankind. Like you just can't, like I wake up and I think to myself, I believe the great Ricky Bobby said it. I wake up and piss excellence. That's kind of how I feel every morning.
God, that's
right?
poetry.
That's how I feel almost every morning, right? Especially mornings that I know I'm going to see you. I was like, oh, God, I got to see him. I got to be great today. I got to, this excellent.
I'm feeling warm
excellent.
inside.
Absolutely excellent. No, but all jokes aside, like, when you don't know better, you just kind of like take it on the chin and just say like, I have to be great. So like, it didn't bother me. And then ciphers is like my favorite thing to do because ironically, like 90% of those people out there don't know me like as a rapper, right? So like I'm saying hi to people and I'm talking and I'm trying to build. I'm like, yeah, man, we should build. All right, bro, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Because they just don't know. Like they don't know that like I really get busy,
bars.
right? So like they're like, oh, what do you do? They're like, you sing? I was like, no, I rap. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I rap. You know what I'm saying?
Rap.
So, you know, just one of those things that I've just become comfortable with.
Right. Also on your 8 Mile reference, and Wink did fuck my girl. I'm still standing here screaming, fuck the free world. Great reference. But I do want to know, Tetrus, definitely, what was the moment that you decided, all right, like, this is going to be something that's more than just the freestyles, more than just the ciphers? Because don't get me wrong, it takes a tremendous amount, like I was telling you, a tremendous amount of talent to be in a cipher. And to, obviously there's pre-rins and there's top of the dome, both of which are extremely challenging.
Yeah, of course.
You know? But at what point did you think, okay, I can take it further than ciphers and I can make music, man?
It wasn't that long ago, actually. Like, it was kind of a hop, jump, and skip a go away. And I thought about it like this. My whole life, I kind of had like an awkward relationship with vulnerability and honesty, right? So like, once I understood this was what the target was, there was no going back, right? Like, I understood why past relationships didn't work because I was looking at my partners to like make me happy in ways that like I could never, like I couldn't do that for myself. So when I realized that my happiest moments are genuinely buying sneakers or making music.
Respect, bro. You can put that on my tombstone.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those were my like most joyous moments. And like, I found that the moments I smiled the most was when I was rhyming or when I was actually like putting pen to pad and doing all that stuff. Right. So that's kind of where the ball kind of got going for me. But it was this year, and I'm just excited about, you know, what's coming up next.
Beautiful. Tetrus, before we start wrapping up, I always, you know what I'm saying, we got 3 segments. I got one for the many episodes, and that's Quest for the Truth. You know what I'm saying? You're a damn pro by now. You're a damn pro.
Let's go.
Like, as you know, there's a random question. So if it gets real erotic, I don't know what's about to happen. All right?
Bro, honestly,
He's like, I kind of prefer that. Like,
I
okay,
hope so.
yeah.
Let's hope so.
Okay. How well do you trust your gut feelings?
Well, I'm chubby and lovely. So
Praise God.
I am chubby and lovely and shit. You know what I mean? Like, all that. So I trust that emphatically. Like, it'd be like, yo, what you think, King? And then we out here. No, if I think about it in my gut, it's like, I go do it. If I think about it too much, then I'm like, I'll overthink it and I'll just never do it, like, ever again.
Hell yeah.
Like, small case study. If I think of something I want to wear and put it on, and if I change, I never wear what I change to. It's always the first thing that I wanted to wear. That's what it is. So it's like, just go with your gut and trust your instinct. And if it doesn't work out, at least you learn something, right?
Yes, 100%. Also on that note, there's no more a larger heartbreak than thinking of an outfit in your head is going to look good and then putting it on and it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
I've cried myself to sleep over that.
It's like I do it all the time and I'm like, I forgot I'm short and chubby. I forgot. Damn it, Zara. Damn it, you sizes.
Fucking Zara.
God damn it, Zara.
Tetris, always a vibe when you come through, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We gotta have another full-length episode soon, brother.
Listen, you said you're the poor man's Robert De Niro. Listen, I'm the Black Joe Pesci. We out here being good, fellas.
I fucking love
we
it.
out here being good, fellas. What's really good? Am I a clown? Do I amuse you? You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Do I amuse you? Say less.
God. Midnight of Miami audience, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? You'll be seeing more of Tetris soon. You know what I'm saying? Ladies
Peace
and
and
gentlemen,
blessings, all the
every
above.
Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla. Ladies and and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about. Bald version. But still beautiful. Still beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I like the haircut, bro.
Hey, bro, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
man,
that.
I rock with it.
You know what I'm saying? We are here at the album release party for Miamibeatwave, up close and personal. And it's been a ball tonight. It really has.
Fire.
You know what I'm saying? We just listened to the album not too long ago. We came back from an intermission, and I am joined here by a colossal talent.
Wow,
you know what
bro.
I'm talking? I try, brother. You know what I'm saying? We are joined here by the Takeover.
Wow, bro.
You know what I'm saying? By the Takeover, the set.
Takeover, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey.
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do I
for
owe
joining
you?
us.
Should I pay you before?
But we
or
do
should I pay you
royalties,
now,
you know what I'm
or-
saying? We figure it out.
Okay.
We figure it out. You know
I
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that intro, bro.
Of course, brother, man. I'll do a hype man. I'll be your hype man on the damn stage any day
I
of
got
the week,
that.
brother.
The poor man's Robert De Niro.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
But Tay, talk to us, brother. What has been your experience tonight, you know, for the album release party? What's been your experience working on the album? What's been your experience working with Miamibeatwave? Talk to us.
So, I mean, my experience tonight, besides drinking,
Amen.
has been just the communal aspect, man. You know, so working with B-Wave is always a pleasure because he is beloved by everybody on the Miami scene. You feel me? So what makes it dope is that I get to reconnect with artists and homies I haven't seen in forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that in itself is just a testament to who he is, just as a person, because people rock with him because of how he is and who he is as a person. So
Right.
that's dope. And then, you know, that makes it easy when we're recording. You know, he allows me to, and other artists as well, of
course,
just to be free to be artists and creatives.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I don't try to put you in a box.
Exactly. And to those who know me, it's just Tay for short. You know, the Takeover has a lot of syllables. But
He's hey, let me get that SEO, bro. You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
lot. You know what I mean? But so most people know me primarily as a rapper. So I made my name as a rapper and like touring and things like that. But you know, just the production and the freedom that you know, B-Wave provides, it just allowed me to expand my creative horizons. You know what I mean? So that in itself is just dope and a testament to who he is.
Are you the the sort of artist that when you find something that works, you stick with that, or do you always kind of try to work with different people, try to find different things, or do you kind of stick with what works?
You know, that's an interesting question, just because, you know, as artists, we will thrive in an area that's familiar to us, right? But with that being said, I'm not afraid to step out of my comfort zone. So it just really, ultimately, just depends on the vibe that we're having. If it's dope, if it's sounding good, if I'm feeling experimental that particular day,
right,
then let's rock with it. So, but there is a sense of comfort in working with B-Wave. You know what I mean? So that is why it's so easy for me to, in that sense, step out of my comfort zone. So you kind of get both in that situation.
What's your what's your writing style like, and what is it like when you are actually putting in that work, when you're trying to put words on paper? Do you ever get writer's block? Is it like a waterfall and it just rolls out of you? Like, what's it like?
For me, it is literally, you know, playing the music and feeling it. I kind of go in, I'll mumble a little bit, freestyle a little bit, figure out what works, what I like. If I say something or create a melody that I like, then I'll create the concept based on what.
So you'll create the cadence first, like da 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 or whatever, and then write the words behind it.
Yeah,
Very cool.
That's my probably my most tried and true method.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So.
And what's been, I guess, like one of the biggest challenges that you've been able to overcome in your career so far?
That's probably a good question. I'm not sure. I guess overall it's a challenge, right? So in approaching music and knowing that it's a constant challenge just to get the music out, to create opportunities, I look at every challenge as an opportunity. So a challenge is whatever's just something in the way.
Right.
Just figure out a way to get over it. That's pretty much kind of how I roll. So I don't really, you know, dwell on whatever the obstacles are. They're just literally something in the way.
Hell yeah, man. That's motivational,
it,
brother.
Yeah, bro.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man.
Tay, talk to us. What would be, if you could name your top 3 musical inspirations or influences, what would they be?
So this is always a good question because people ask. So my top 3 artists as far as hip hop, because I'm a hip hop artist.
Yes, sir.
It's always 1 is Jay-Z, 2 is Kanye. I'm from Chicago. The T-A-Y from the C-H-I. So it's 1 and 2 is locked.
Okay.
3 to 5, it rotates.
Okay.
It could be
like
Drake.
a damn Netflix queue.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It could be Drake, it's Kendrick, it can be Cole, it can be Sean.
Hell
it can
yeah.
be Wayne is in there.
You got so many.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know.
So it just really depends. But I like so much music as well.
Right.
You'll catch me listening to like my phone will go, if it's on shuffle, I have Lil Wayne and then you'll hear Eric Clapton. And then you'll hear some Stones, and then you'll hear like some Adele. It's just like variety all over the place, right? So those are my 3 as far as rap goes. And then it's just kind of everywhere else. I'm open to pretty much everything.
That's amazing. So you're able to pull inspiration from everywhere.
Exactly.
Damn, bro, you'll listen to a damn yodeling record and find something in there.
Why
damn,
not? They put a backbeat on there, bro. Like, yo,
that shit can slap.
I hear this yodel.
Hey,
put a beat on it.
That's what I'm saying.
Then I'll go like mad reggae on it out of nowhere,
bro.
Yeah, bro. That's where we at.
Tay, I do want to ask you. You know, you got the memo today. We looking fly. You know what I'm saying? We out here.
If you're watching, we both got the email.
You know what I'm saying? We both got the email.
Jean jacket, white shirt, black pants, white shoes.
Yes,
we got it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I appreciate you showing up in uniform.
Man, gotta do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? What role does fashion play for you? You know what I'm saying? For someone who, like you said, you love hip hop, you have a background in hip hop, and hip hop is so naturally intertwined with fashion. Talk to us about that.
Your look is as important as the music that you're making, right?
Sir.
So a part of your brand is how you look in the consumers' association with your look to your music. So one thing with me personally is that people will see me, and you know, I've had the pleasure of traveling the world. They'd see me and they say, you know, I knew that was you without knowing it was you, because they know that Tay's gonna show up ready to rock, on point.
Yes.
Everything, you know, the haircut, now I have the braids, but everything on point, fashion on point. So that's as important, you know, as the music that you're making.
Do you feel that it's another tool in your arsenal to make you feel a little bit more confident when you're hitting the stage?
Of course.
Dang.
Of course, man. You know what I mean? When they take those pictures, bro, and you look like you're homeless, it's not what's up.
It's
not a good look.
For real.
But if you look the part, they're like, yo,
damn,
that boy look like he got money. They don't know I just got my stimmy. They don't know that.
Hell yeah,
it's
bro.
just hit the whatever.
You know
Just hit the Wells Fargo. They don't know that.
Hell yeah.
But I look the part, and that's important as well. I'm not saying like go out in front, but you know, when you look good, you smell good, you feel good, then you know, it exudes typically in your performance and what you're doing and everything you're doing. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, brother, let me tell you, I'm a big fan of everything you've been doing out here. You know what I'm saying? Phenomenal
Appreciate
sound.
that,
Bro, in the album release party, listening to your track, man, phenomenal, bro.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
I want to shout out Kayla Rose.
Please.
So she's on Rise Up With Me, which is track number 2.
Okay.
On Up Close and Personal. She couldn't be here tonight, but she's a super homie of mine, like, you know, sultry vocals, an even greater mother and ambassador to young women and young creatives. So I want to make sure that I shout her out.
Big shout out.
And super dope. And just shout out to everybody that's a part of the album, everybody that's a part of the release. You know what I mean? This is off camera, but I want to give another shout out to a homie. This is Cadence from Canada.
Okay.
Singer-songwriter.
Yes.
And she's just a part of the community as well. So I want to
We linked
make
up
sure
earlier. Big shout out, big shout out, big shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And last question of the evening, you know what I'm saying? In my regular show, we run for about an hour and a half. So we definitely have to have you on, you know what I'm saying, for a full episode.
For sure.
And we normally have 3 segments, but in these mini episodes, we'll have 1 segment, and that segment is the quest for the truth. And in that segment, I'm going to ask you a random question, brother.
Go for it.
I don't know what it's going to be. It could be deep. It could be erotic. I don't know what is about to happen, all right?
Listen, here's the thing. If you ask me an erotic question, because we both have the same uniform on, I got you.
Oh, appreciate you, bro.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Damn, it's not erotic, but it's still a good one. What is something you predict will exist in 10 years that doesn't today?
Let's see. Something that will exist in 10 years that does not exist today.
Yep.
Social Security.
Hey! Hey, my dog dropping bars out here, bro.
Bars.
Damn, take any chance to drop a bar,
why
bro.
Not? Why not? I'm still a rapper at heart, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Damn, bro. That's a moment out of a damn cipher right there, bro.
It is.
Tay, thank you so much for dropping on by today.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you deeply, brother.
Yeah.
Talk to us about social media. Where can the people follow your journey?
So everything for me is the Taykeover. So that is TheTaykeover.
Boom. You see it on the screen. You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Follow him.
Yes,
He's going to be on the show in no time. You know what I'm saying? We'll get that booking, brother.
I got you.
Let's do it.
Make sure you holler at my people.
Oh, you
the
got
usual,
it.
like rich people shit,
Of course,
right?
yeah.
Holler at my people.
Yeah. Have my people call your people.
Yeah, all that shit, bro.
All that good stuff. Brother, thank you again, man.
Likewise, I appreciate you, man.
Of course.
Thank y'all.
Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla.
Holla.
Usa. I don't know what I'm getting myself into right now, but I fuck with your energy, so...
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? You know what I'm talking about. It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about, bald version. And if that's not the 10th time that I say that joke, God, I hope you are not tired of it. We are here at the Miamibeatwave album release party for Up Close and Personal. It has been... To call it a movie would be an understatement. And speaking of movies, it is a movie this in itself. The fact that I'm being able to be joined by a professional, by a power magnet, ladies and gentlemen, by someone who's not only a singer, but a songwriter as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to be able to introduce Kay Bridges on the show. Kay Bridges, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
I am overjoyed. I feel great. Thank you for having me.
No, of course. Thank you for joining us. Kay, talk to us. How has been your experience here at the album release party so far?
So, to start off, I've gotten the chance to see so many people I haven't seen in a while, which is great. I actually met for the first time a producer, Chris Dean.
Oh, a big shout out Dean. He was here earlier.
Tell me how I put out a whole song, music video, everything. And tonight is the first time we meet in person.
Wait, so you put out a whole ass song with him and you know, wow.
Yeah.
Bro, and that speaks to...
Tonight's epic.
Well, yeah, it's epic. A lot of connections being made.
Me.
Oh, yeah. A lot of connections being made, you know what I'm saying? But wow, and that really speaks to how much we've kind of like
had to overcome.
How much we had to overcome, but also how far we've come as far as like technology, and the fact that you can make a whole ass song with somebody and not even meet them is insane.
Definitely.
It's insane. Yeah. Was it when you guys had worked on that? Was that during COVID? Is that the reason why you guys didn't meet?
It was actually in the beginning of COVID.
Okay.
Studio space was limited. We could only have certain amount of people in the studio.
Right.
So, and Chris, you know, he's a very busy man, which is a blessing.
Yep.
So around the times that I would book, he was busy, but I would always send him, you know, the track once I was done recording. I only went twice. Unfortunately, the studio crashed. It was this whole thing. Studio crashed. We had to put out like a certain version of the song because the studio crashed, even though it was like the sauciest version, so we were okay with it. But long story short, the pandemic did put a hold on the song. So that's why it didn't come out a lot earlier. Because he sent me the beat. I wrote to it super quickly, recorded it super quickly, but the pandemic did put a pause on it.
Wow.
But it's an incredible song, From Me to You. It's a 2-song project with another producer. Shot the video for it. He was incredible. Like, I would send him the cover art, send him the video. He'd be like, I love it. I'd be like, look, this is what I'm doing. What do you think? He would love it. I'd be like, okay, great. I'd be like, trust me, it will come out. I promise. And it came out, and the feedback I've gotten has been incredible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the feedback that you've gotten kind of like, do you find it that you need that sort of like reaffirmation in that that you're dope, or do you can you do that by yourself? You don't need other people to tell you, hey, I really enjoy it. Or do you kind of need people to tell you like, hey, this is fucking amazing?
So thankfully, like, I've been singing my whole life.
I'm sorry?
I've been singing my whole life.
Okay.
You know, music is my passion. I've been recording and writing for the last 4 years.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, it fills me up when people enjoy my music, but I don't necessarily need like the reaffirmation.
Right.
So to speak, because I'm gonna make music regardless. Like I really like right now in this present moment, I have enough music in my vault to not have to step in the studio in 2022.
Wow.
You get me? If that's what I desired, which I don't because I'm a studio rat. I tell people invite me. Like I'll pull up, even if it's just to help with the cadence. I love I'm, you know, a music creator of all things. Just
How young were you when you realized that this was a passion of yours?
Man, just I've been performing. The first thing I ever performed was the national anthem in kindergarten.
Banger.
So since then, just being out in the crowd, I knew. In some sort of way, you know, performing. I like to write too. I ghostwrite, you know.
Right.
So even if I gain my success through writing, whatever the case may be, I just want to do music. Like, I know that's what I do.
How would you best describe yourself? And this is something that I kind of like to ask most of the people that have come on today. How would you best describe your sound for someone who's never listened to it?
Genre-wise, I call it like trap R&B.
Okay.
But a lot of people compare me to Jae.
Okay, wow.
SZA.
Wow.
Kehlani.
Right.
Which, those are my like biggest inspirations.
Yeah?
You know. I mean, my foundation is jazz. Really.
Wow.
My foundation is jazz, but just my tone and just really, I want to make music to help people heal.
That's beautiful.
So I guess that's why, because Jae is on that same vibe as well.
Yeah,
so I guess that's
definitely.
why people compare us. You know.
In your pursuit of this career, and how you've told me, you know, you really buckled down and started recording and doing all that 4 years ago, correct?
Right, yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge so far?
The funds.
Oh, praise God. Oh, you
Really?
preaching to the choir.
The funds, I've been blessed enough, and I say this constantly, because you have to be grateful to the universe for what it brings to you.
Right.
So I always say I'm blessed. I repeat it a million times. I've been blessed to have people that gravitates towards what I have going on, and they help me. You know, I get beats. I have paid my dues, don't get me wrong. When I first started, you know, I was paying $500
right.
for, you know, all kinds of crazy shit. But that's, you know, it's what it takes. People will believe in you when they see your drive.
Right.
When they see that you're willing to sacrifice whatever it takes. But definitely the funds, man. Marketing is expensive. Ads are the most expensive. Recording something and getting it mastered. Mixing will probably cost you the most.
Right.
Just because you want an engineer to sit down and really
Polish
refine your vocals, refine the beats, you know, mix the stems, everything. But ultimately, advertising is expensive.
Wow.
You know, if you want to compete at that level, you know, people come to me all the time. Oh, I want to do music, and I ask people, you have to be serious. Is this a hobby, or is this something you really want to pursue?
So, at what point was your answer? No, it's not a hobby.
I always knew it was never a hobby. I got my degree in radio and TV broadcasting.
Very cool. Wow.
For the purpose of being able to say no. Like, I know what you're doing.
Right.
Like, I know I'm not doing it because I'm not willing. Like, I'm big on the meeting of the minds.
Right.
Like, it's not fun for me to do it all on my own. I can if I wanted to. But I rather work with someone.
Hell yeah.
And, like, merge the two minds together to create something. Rather than me just do it on my own. It's going to be all dark and depressing and stuff.
Wow.
But for real, you know, funds, you know, people talk down on the 9-to-5 thing.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people don't know how to manage what is reality and the smoke and mirrors in social media.
Yes.
You know, when I was going to school, I started my 9 to 5. I've been working, now I'm more flexible and stuff. I program fobs for luxury condos.
Oh, shit.
Like, I learned how to program too in school.
Wow.
So, I get my money to fund my endeavors. And that allows me the flexibility to do what I want. Because I'm not at the discretion of someone who's also sacrificing their time and also deserves to be paid.
100%.
Or feels,
Yeah.
I always ask people, hey, what's your rate? If you're willing to collaborate with me, beautiful. That's great. We're going to make this. I'm going to make this as accommodating and as easy for you as possible. If you have a rate, I'm going to respect it. If I can make that happen, I will. If not, I will respectfully decline.
Decline, of course. Yeah.
But yeah, so funds is definitely
100%. 100%.
I'm going to be real, fun.
No, 100%. 100%. And it kind of ties into the age-old question when it comes to artists. Stay independent or get signed. Because you get signed, you don't own anything. You stay independent, you have to cover the funds. So it's like pick your poison.
So definitely, I would go. For now, I'm independent. I will tell you this. My goal is to be able to be at that level where it's company to company. I have a corporation. As a label for myself, I don't necessarily intend on signing no one, and I don't want to assume that responsibility, for someone's life and career. But definitely I want to gain the leverage. I tell artists, work on your branding, work on yourself. Maybe if it's not so much of a brand, because I'm also a jack of all trades, it's hard to put a specific brand on me. But I try my best to grow a fan base, grow a niche. This last year has been very good for me with that, trying different tactics and whatnot. But definitely just working on that, gaining the leverage to meet a label eye to eye and say, this is what I bring to the table. We can do this. It's not gonna be a year, 2 years. We're gonna do this project. You're gonna gain something. I'm gonna gain something. And that is that.
That's amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for dropping on by. You were absolutely amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Talk to us about social media. Where can the people, follow your musical journey?
You can follow me on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, _KAY Bridges, K Bridges. On Spotify, YouTube, K Bridges. You could even Google K Bridges. My SEO game is crazy. I build websites. Guys.
Damn. It ain't on some Wix shit, bro.
Listen, Wix shit. Wix is actually very easy compared to WordPress. But K Bridges, you guys, Google University will take you a long way if you're just starting out.
Google University?
Yeah, it's like a phrase, going on Google. Everything is on Google. I research everything on Google. So.
Damn. I might have to hit you up for that SEO game. You know what I'm saying? There we go. Please hit her up. You see all that good stuff on
K
the
Bridges.
screen. K Bridges. Follow her and let her know that we sent you.
Thank you.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. How are you doing? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about. Bald version, but still beautiful as always. It is here. We are at the Miamibeatwave album release party for Up Close and Personal. You know what I'm talking about. And I am also very ecstatic. We have met a variety of artists this evening, powerhouses when it comes to the musical game. And my next guest is no exception. You know what I'm talking about. We are joined by none other than Jae Khalil. Brother, talk to me. How you doing, man?
Hey, man.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank
First
you.
of all, I gotta say, you look fly. You look fresh as fuck.
Thank
you know what I'm
you,
saying?
bro.
Got the
Appreciate
swagger
that.
on deck. You know what I'm saying? Got the shades, got the chains, got the shirt. God damn. All right, brother. Talk to me. How's been your experience tonight at the album release party for Up Close and Personal?
Man, it's been beautiful, honestly. Like, my social battery, like, kind of was, like, dead from, like, yesterday because I was, like, abusing that shit. And then, like, now I was like, you know what? I got to really, like, push myself, you know?
Bro.
So,
Yeah.
talking to a lot of different people, getting, like, connected, network, and really realizing that I have a lot of mutuals with a lot of people. Miami's so small, bro. So,
it's
like,
insane.
It is. And that's why I'm like, yo, like, I tapped in with somebody that works in the same company as me, and I didn't even know that.
Bro,
and,
what?
Yeah, and he might be coming to my job or whatever. And I was like,
Yo.
we both make music, you feel me? And we're like, that's, you feel me? Like, that's something I did not expect to see tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, I there was somebody that I worked with in Florida Grand Opera years ago, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know those type of people that you meet, you know, from a completely different setting, and you never think those worlds would collide?
Yeah.
Dog, 100%, like that. Like, because it wasn't an opera, so it's very proper. It's a completely different scene, and she's here, and I'm like, wow, like, that was insane.
Oh, shit, for real?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine, dog, like, the type of people that you're meeting here, like you said, Miami is so small.
Yeah.
And speaking of Miami being small, talk to me about the importance of meeting people like Miamibeatwave or other producers or other people in the industry that kind of have an eye for what's good, and not only have an eye for what's good, but are easy to work with.
Someone like Beatwave is exactly like what you say, professional in the industry, but not really up for money grabs. If he fucks with you, he'll let you know, and he'll invest his time, and you could just tell. For me, like, I just started working with him this year.
Okay.
And just seeing how he is, how he works and everything, I was like trying to get adjusted to it. I did not expect him to be the way he was. And I love the way he is. That's my boy. He gives me honest takes. He makes the song better. I did not expect that from anybody that I'd be working with at his stature. You feel me? And he gives a lot of advice because he actually, like, thinks that I'm gonna make it. Yeah. And I find that, like, very refreshing because I don't hear that a lot.
Right.
And he fucks with my music genuinely. So he's like, yo, we're going to finish this shit and we're going to make it a hit. And he's like, I want to work with you from scratch, yada, yada, yada. And someone like that is, like I said, it's refreshing to really just, like, for someone that's, like, underground and not really, like, doing numbers as most people that would work with him do.
Okay.
So, yeah, I feel very honored to be working with someone like Beatwave. Beatwave's such a, like, great energy, man, and he keeps it 100 no matter what.
Dope.
Yeah.
What are your 2 cents on the album?
My 2 cents on the album. I feel like, yo, that first song, Nonchalant.
Oh my God.
A way to start a fucking album, bro. Oh my God.
Oh.
Dude, that shit was like, I heard the guitar and I was like, B-Wave, you know what the fuck you're doing. You know I like this shit. Why the fuck didn't you tell me that I was gonna do this? Like, why you do this to me? You feel me? But I ended like, yo, and then like just hearing the rest of the album, I'm sad that it was kind of 30 minutes, but I felt like it was perfectly timed.
Yeah.
Like, it's a perfect vibe. It started and ended beautifully.
It's such a cohesive package, bro. Like, it's such and it tells a story. And Beatwave even said himself, he's like, it's not the type of album that you listen to one track. You listen, it's a story, and you kind of listen to it all. And I couldn't agree more. Brother, I do want to know, and I ask this to a lot of the artists that have come on through here, if you met someone who's never listened to your sound before, you know, just like you said, underground or so.
Yeah.
How would you best describe your sound to someone who's never heard it?
I describe my sound as more versatile, and like I don't just dabble in one thing. B-Wave was trying to explain my sound to somebody else, and he's like, he does more like a gym class heroes or pop, and I go, Papo, but you know I do like other shit. Like, you heard my other shit, and he goes, yeah, you're right, but it's not just that. You feel me? Yeah. Like, I didn't finish.
Right.
For me, like I said, versatility is my niche.
Right.
So I like to show that I can do more West Coast influence shit. I can rap. I can go on some like Yonkers, like New York shit. You feel me? I just dropped a single like last week that
Shameless plug, drop that shit.
Yeah, yo, October by Jae Khalil just dropped. Video coming out in 2 weeks. You feel me?
There you go.
Peep that. Every month I'm dropping a new single and a video 2 weeks after. You feel me?
God, bro, that's consistency, bro. Respect.
Yo, all 2021, man, I've been doing that. I got like 3-4 songs left that I gotta drop this year for real.
Wow, bro. So talk to me about that work ethic, bro. How do you get? Do you sometimes force yourself like, yo, I have to get to the studio today because if I don't get to the studio today, then I'm not gonna make it on time to have that track drop on that day? Or are you waiting for inspiration to strike? Does sometimes inspiration take too long? Like, talk to me about that.
Okay, so I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that explains anything, but I like to have my shit prepared, organized, and like ready to go.
Okay.
So I like to, like I said, plan everything out. So when I go to a studio, I don't just book it for 1 hour. I don't just chill and eat shit. I have my shit written ready to go. I know what it's gonna sound like. I know how I'm gonna do it. If I fuck up, I might make something happen in the studio right there.
Right.
But either way, I don't goof off. I don't like to waste time at all. So I book 4 hours. I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of the 4 hours.
Right.
If I have extra time, then I'm gonna go in and fix some things here and there, ready to go. So I have I usually finish maybe 2 to 3 songs a session with Beatwave. And I have them ready to go for the next 3 months or so. And I plan out which ones I'm going to put out, what month I'm going to have it. I'm going to plan the video as well, have an idea, and then sit down with my content creator and just get that down. And the consistency, everything falls in line. Even if it doesn't, I'm just yo, I can make it work though, Yeah, so I don't do sessions often. But when I do, I get shit done.
Oh, man, I can hear the drive, the determination in your voice alone, man.
Yes, sir.
Where does that come from?
Honestly, it's just a new boost of confidence that I just got this year.
Okay.
I really just grew into the person that I'm comfortable with, and I'm very I really like, and my passion just spews more into that. Like I said, my confidence went to a level 100 because I dropped weight. I feel great. I had an
bro,
awakening.
same. I lost 90 pounds, dog. That shit, bro,
dog.
It feels so fucking good, dog.
40 pounds for me,
Hey,
homie.
respect, bro.
Hey,
Hell
man,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dog.
That fucking pandemic bullshit really fucked me up, man.
me
I
too,
was
me too.
way too overweight, man. That shit was
bro.
not cute.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
now, bro, I would not be able to wear what I'm wearing right now. You feel me? Or go out in confidence like this.
100%.
Bro, shorty outside was telling me yo, you got this charm and the way you carry yourself. Do you get a lot of girls? And I go, not as much as I'd like, but I can see what you mean because people have been telling me that. And you can ask B-Wave too. He's like, yo, Jay always shows up with shorties, different girls every session. Yada, yada. That's his thing. And I'll be like, yo, whatever.
Damn.
You feel me? Yeah,
brother,
man.
that's absolutely beautiful. Before we start wrapping up, I do want to ask, there's 2 more questions in the horizon that I have under my book. What are, if you could tell me, your top 3 musical inspirations?
Musical inspirations. I gotta say, Wale, my favorite, not rapper, but as well as a lyricist and the way he maneuvers. Just I really get inspired by the type of artist he is. He can do some underground lyrical shit and as well as some commercial songs and make love songs that are classic. He can make classics. He can make radio hits. I really like that type of ethic that you can have as an artist because I feel to really be successful, you have to be able to put yourself in every playing field, you got to be able to you got to be set. You got to be able to tap into everything, Right. So I appreciate, I really like that. I really am very inspired by listening to new sounds, R&B artists, I like to just visualize harmonies and collabs and everything. I don't really have that many inspirations. I look up to myself now. Like I said, confidence went through 100. So this is the person that I always wanted to be. And I'm so fucking glad that I get to look in the mirror and be like, that's who I look up to, bro. That's me, myself, and I. You feel me?
Brother.
So,
and does that help you when you're trying to write? What's your writing process like?
I usually just play a beat that I like. I'm very, very picky with beats. So I just usually freestyle when I find something I like. And then I usually write the hook first.
Okay.
And I usually just na na na, and I go, okay. And I just...
So you find the cadence and match the words to the cadence.
Yep. And then I deal with delivery and all that at the end. And then I just start freestyling because I would like to say I'm a gifted freestyler. So, so, if we had more time, I would have done it. But,
bro, we'll get another episode. Bro, we'll get a full episode going, brother.
Say less, say less.
Hell yeah.
But also, I like to sit in my room or just have the beat playing over and over until it gets annoying. But even then, I'm yo, I got to push this shit through because I don't want to get annoyed of a beat that's perfectly fit for what I want to
100%.
use it for. You feel me? And then I have an idea for it and I'll be like, yeah, this is going to go great. I could see it. Like I said, I plan everything out. So I'm all right, the song's not even done, but I know when I'm going to release it, when I want to release it, if I want to have somebody on it. I know the attraction is going to get, the idea of the visuals, everything. If there's merchant, or a play for promotion, et cetera, So, yeah, and then
Beautiful.
and I like I said, I freestyle and whatever I get down, I'm just yo, I write that shit down and I just go over it 1,000 times until I get it right. And then when it's time for to go to the studio, I had that shit prepared 4 weeks in advance.
God, see, and that's beautiful, bro. Sometimes B-Wave, in our last episode when we had our our full episode, he was telling me about how some artists come in and they'll start writing in the booth. I'm like, bro, you wasting money. What are you talking about?
I can't do that.
I could never do that.
If I'm paying, you ain't gonna see me do that shit.
Hell no. What you mean,
Yeah,
bro?
I could freestyle. That's the best you can get.
I'm gonna write for free at the crib.
Ya tú sabes, dog.
You know what I'm saying? And last question of the evening, you know what I'm saying? Every single time that we have a regular full-length, hour and a half, 2 hour long episodes, we have 3 segments. But since it's a short episode, we'll do 1 segment, and that's actually called the Quest for the Truth. And that means I'm asking you a random question from this here random question generator, and I don't know what it's going to be. It could be deep. It could be erotic. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what it's about to happen. But here we go.
I ain't scared.
There we go. All right.
Scared though.
All right.
Aha.
This was simple. It's not that deep. If you could change the color of one thing, what would it be and why?
Okay. The color of one thing. Damn. Could it be anything?
Anything, bro.
Fuck. Yo. Damn.
Right?
What the fuck?
It's such a random question.
Okay. Fire. Why can't it be white?
Oh, shit!
Why can't it be white or gray, bro?
Bro, that's a great answer. I'm not gonna lie.
Why that shit orange or whatever, man?
Bro, that's a great answer.
It can be blue, but why not white, dog?
Yo, 100%.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen Black Fire, bro?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the move right there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out A24, man.
There we go. Yeah. We're
Yeah.
thinking outside the box now.
Uh-huh.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Brother, talk to us about social media. Where can the people follow your musical journey?
Oh, you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, all streaming platforms at Jae Khalil, Jay Khalil. On social media, you can find me on Twitter, Jae Khalil Music, all together. On Instagram, you can find me at J.Khalil_, J.Khalil_. And that's where you can find me.
You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Jay, thank you so much for dropping on by, man.
Thank you for
so
having
much,
me, bro. For real.
Great energy. Love the vibe, brother.
Yo,
love the vibes,
Same
man.
here, bro.
Hell yeah.
Bouncing off.
Hell yeah, brother. Every Thursday at midnight, you know what it is. Holla. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? You know what I'm talking about. It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about. Bald version. Although that joke may not land right now because there's a better looking bald man in front of me.
Come on. I'll take that all day
You
long.
know what I'm saying? And that's facts. Yeah, that's facts. Can we look at the man's got a suit. The man's looking good. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Miamibeatwave's album release party for Up Close and Personal. And I can just say, I can attest to the fact that today has been an absolute movie. And I am honored to be able to be joined. You know what I'm talking about? Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give it up for Lucas joining us today? Thank you all so very much for joining us. Lucas, thank you for joining us. Before we started shooting, Lucas came up to me. He was telling us that he's watched a couple of the prior episodes. And first of all, thank you so much. That means the world. Second of all, how are you doing this evening? How has today's album release party been for you?
It's been a whirlwind.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I've been nervous for days.
Okay.
All of this is brand new to me. I got involved in this business just over a year ago.
Okay.
With Brandon.
How did you guys first meet?
Back in 2016, I had just gotten to Miami. Hadn't been here since I was 9 months old. I got in a car with a guy at a bar that seemed cool.
Bro,
my buddy Angel.
Sounds like my Wednesday nights, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's what everybody tells me not to do. All my friends are like, don't do that. You're going to die. And I wound up at this birthday party for what turns out to be Brandon's second mom.
Oh, wow.
And I was super shy back then. I would go stand in the alley outside the place and just be by myself.
I can attest to the fact that you have made a transformation because the man made a damn beeline towards me, brother. So teach me your ways. You know what I'm saying? Teach me your ways.
I have thoughts about it. We can dig into that. So I get in the car with this guy. We wind up at this party. I go into the kitchen to get away from the people I don't know.
Right.
Wind up talking to Brandon's second mom for like an hour about music, about art, about history, about life. And evidently, she told Brandon that he had to come talk to me, and he had to come talk to me about the Beatles.
Oh, shit. Oh.
And he tells me every time I see him, I never talk about the Beatles. When he tells the story, he never talks about the Beatles. He doesn't even want to talk about music at parties because he's done with it. He's been working all day. That's
Right.
what he does all day long. So he
Right.
needs an hour break. All we did was talk about the Beatles with Michelle from Suenolo and Victor. I feel like I got very lucky in Miami. I've met so many people that wherever they were coming from, whatever their path was, they were supportive. I don't want to say all the time,
Of course.
but a remarkable number. When I first shed my North Carolina camouflage, shredded jeans and a flannel shirt, and a baseball cap, and started wearing what I like to wear, I got a little grief at first. But it turned out to be, man, I'm losing it, brother. I returned to me.
Wow.
For the first time in maybe 20 years. And people peg me with, oh, you look like Pitbull. And bless you, Pitbull. He's, I think, 12 or 13 years my junior.
Okay.
So I was wearing suits before Pitbull.
Hell yeah, man. You put the suits on the map.
I don't know if I put it on the map. I might not have been that guy. I think Pitbull's the guy putting suits on the map. But I'm right there with you. I've been doing it for a long time. People said, people want to call me Mr. 305. They want to call me Pitbull. I said, you can't call me that. Not only will Pitbull be mad if I do something wrong, but anything I do that's great, he'll get credit for it. Said, you got to call me something else. You can't call me that. They started calling me Mr. 954.
Mr. 954.
Nobody knew what the hell that was. So wasn't that amusing? People started calling me Mr. 786, and that stuck.
Mr. 786.
The
what
new
a
number of
name.
Miami.
The new number, yes. The new number of Miami. Wow, what a story. And what would you say so far? I mean, not so far. It's been a while now, but what are some of the biggest differences that you've noticed in North Carolina and here?
The driving is even worse here. I thought it was bad in North Carolina,
man.
but here, oh my Lord.
But you guys have deer, right? That are crossing?
North Carolina is a much more homogenous state.
Okay.
Everybody is much more alike. This is Miami, I should say, not Florida overall, but Miami is a melting pot of people from everywhere. So the opportunities to meet people with completely different perspectives are amazing. And probably the biggest lesson I've gotten from Miami is that everybody's perspective is true.
Oh, wow.
It's true for them.
Yeah.
And I'm far less interested now in trying to change someone's perspective and fascinated by just learning who they are. Spending time with my friends, actually finding out what they think.
Wow. Where did this insightfulness come from?
I don't know. I mean, where do ideas come from? It's like asking Brennan, where did that song come from? He could tell you a story, but he may also say, Jah, the Most High.
Right.
I have a lot of influences. My parents are enormous influences. I moved down here when my dad had a stroke in just before Christmas 2015, and I was down here by January 2nd. Left a lot behind.
Any regrets?
Oh, I was sure I never wanted to live in Miami.
Really?
I was born here, and I always
really?
thought that would be the last place I would go. I thought New York, L.A., somewhere overseas.
Right.
What I found are people, and they're my people, man. I'm a Miamian. It's so weird. People say, oh, no, you're not from here. I say, yeah, I was born in Baptist. I say, born and raised? I say, no. And people are like, then you're not from here. Yeah, I was born here and I grew up in Iowa.
Hell yeah.
I think I lost the thread of it again.
No,
Where am I
You
at?
grew up in Iowa.
Iowa was a great place to learn. It was a very open place. A lot of very bright people. I think at the time in the 80s, we had Hayden Fry. We had Dan Gable, we had Lute Olson, we had super winning coaches, and we had, I think, more BAs, MAs, and PhDs per capita than anywhere in the country.
Holy shit.
And more square footage of bars. Big party school.
Oh, yeah?
University of Iowa.
Okay.
But also a really nice place, and people just didn't leave after they got their degrees. They wanted to stay in this place that I think of as intellectual oasis in a sea of corn.
Wow, and that's poetry.
That's not right. Intellectual oasis in a desert of corn.
That's
there
poetry.
we go. I mixed my metaphors a little
That's
bit there.
poetry. That's absolute poetry.
Iowa was a bit of poetry. It's not Miami, though. Miami is a place I think you can make moves.
So if you could summarize Iowa in one word and summarize Miami in one word, what would they be?
Wow, one word. You're really putting it to me. Iowa, practical.
Nice.
Miami, fun.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Am I wrong? Miami, fun.
You know what I'm saying? We got the man of the hour behind the cameras right now. You're saying, Mr. Beatwave, why don't you come on and join us? You know what I'm saying?
My brother.
We are here with Lucas.
Luke is my brother, and I know that we have had a lot of artists that have been here before that everybody knows, and Luke is somebody who's behind the scenes, who built a studio on his own that helped me build the album. So he means more he means more than the world to me.
Amen. That's beautiful.
And this is a man who gave me a whole new life.
Wow.
And by that he means a bunch of women.
There's always that.
I'm gonna bring Lex in.
Go for it, brother. Go for it.
The main story is this. Last summer 2020, deep in COVID, my friend King Gualamane, Felix, and Brandon, Miamibeatwave, finally convinced me after 5 years to spend $100 and go in a studio for 2 hours. I came out with a song that I co-wrote with Brandon that I loved. And I also came out with the idea that I never want to pay for studio time again.
Oh, man, that's a smart man right there.
I got Brandon to tell me what to buy, explain the process. I learned a lot from him. What a freaking G. So over the course of a year, I built a studio, and some of the songs on this album were recorded there. The album was mastered there, and I'm just blown away that I could become a part of somebody's creative process.
How rewarding is that some of the songs on what we just witnessed?
The reward is all those people that were out there all celebrating together, this cooperative effort. And that, if I'm in Miami to do a thing, it's to find ways to build these cooperative connections among musicians, filmmakers, other artists, any kind of artists. We need each other.
100%. 100%. Lucas,
podcasters.
Oh,
Video podcasters.
man.
Is that the right word?
That's the right word, brother.
We need to come up with a two-syllable word.
Exactly,
word for video podcast.
SEO friendly, bro. SEO friendly.
Let's make it SEO
You know what I'm
friendly.
saying? That's what I'm saying.
You're amazing, bro.
Oh, Lucas, you're amazing, brother. Before we wrap up, the last question of the evening, you know what I'm saying? Normally, if in my hour and a half long, 2 hour long episodes, we have 3 segments. But in our mini videos, you know what I'm saying? In these mini episodes for up close and personal, we'll have one segment. And that is the quest for the truth. And I'm going to ask you a random question. I don't know what this question is going to be. You know what I'm saying? It could get real deep. It could get real erotic. You know what I'm saying? We never know.
Challenge accepted.
All right. Lucas, what part of history do you find most interesting?
That's a really good one. I think most of history, we feel like we know it and we don't. But the most fascinating part to me is the cutting edge of history, which is right now.
Oh, yeah.
History is unfolding in front of us right now, in front of maybe millions of cameras.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I think in 100 years, there'll be almost nothing that we don't have a record of.
There won't be privacy. I mean,
Maybe
there
not.
Arguably isn't anymore.
Maybe we will be comfortable with that.
Right.
Maybe society will adapt. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not a catastrophist. I think human beings are so capable that we come across a problem, we will figure out a solution.
Right. 100%.
or we'll destroy ourselves.
Or we'll destroy
I
ourselves.
hope it's the former.
100%.
It's what's happening right now and how we talk about that fascinates me. It's the things that will shortly be history, but aren't quite yet.
Lucas, thank you so much for joining us today, brother. I feel like I could pick your brain for hours on end, man. I really could.
Anytime.
I just need a little blunt. I need a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm good to go. Man, I could talk here for hours. Lucas, thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to hopefully having a full-length episode one day with you. I think it'll be definitely a dive, you know?
And come by Lit Professional Studios.
Yes.
And have a scotch with me
Oh,
sometime.
I would absolutely
right
love
by Jada
that.
Coles.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And talk to us about social media. Talk to us about the studio. Where can people follow? Talk to us about all that good stuff.
At Lit Professionals Studios.
Boom.
Lit like a lighter. Professionals, because we got the best people in Miami.
Facts.
Maybe the best people from a lot of places beside Miami.
Yes,
David Corey
yes.
shows up on this album. It's just amazing to me what Brandon put together. Lit Professionals Studios.
You see it on the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Bless up.
Yes, Lucas, thank you again, brother. Thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? You know what I'm talking about? It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what I'm talking about? Bald version. Oh, so very luxurious still. I'm so very ecstatic. Tonight has been a movie, as many would refer to it as. We are here at Miamibeatwave's album release party for Up Close and Personal. And what an evening it has been. It is my honor to be able to sit down next to a powerhouse when it comes to artistry, when it comes to music. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined next to me by Lex Fine, my brother. What's going on?
I love the energy.
Oh man, thank you so much. I love the beard. I love the jacket. The man's looking good.
Appreciate it,
you know
bro.
what I'm talking?
Appreciate
Lex, brother. You know what I'm saying? We are live on TikTok. Shout out to my peoples over there. Talk to us. How has tonight been for you?
I mean, man, I think every single person here tonight comes from a different journey in life, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we all have our ups, we have our downs, and I think we're all in this for one main objective, right? And it's what we're passionate about.
Right.
And that's what brings us happiness. So I think that tonight, just like the energy from every single artist here, the guests that are here joining us, your energy is incredible. How many interviews have you done so far tonight?
Bro, we're like at 15 or something.
All right, so you saved the best for last.
Yes, sir.
I hope,
100%.
But you're exhausted, so I'm a little kind of sad. I got you at the end of your thing, but I'm gonna tell you something. I'm an optimist.
Yes, sir.
So I know that you're gonna do amazing.
Oh, my brother.
I'm just hoping that I can match your level.
First of all, you have a cool ass name like Lex, brother. I be damn Lex Luthor all day, every day. All right.
I have a couple friends that call me Lex.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to avoid that reference.
For sure.
But I appreciate that tremendously. Your energy has been through the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Earlier when I met you and your lady, you know what I'm saying? Phenomenal energy, phenomenal people, good vibes all around.
Thank
you know
you,
what I'm
man. I
saying?
appreciate that.
And the man's got fashion, brother. I have to mention it before we get into anything else, brother. You know, I've asked the best looking people, the best dressed people here. I asked this question to. So I've asked you this question. You know, you look good. So I gotta ask, brother, talk to me about the relationship between fashion and music and what it means for you to really express yourself through your fashion as well.
All right, so I kind of have a couple viewpoints, right?
Go for
I've
it.
been behind the scenes of music for a while, and I've noticed a couple of things. I'm not going to expose too much.
Okay.
Right? But as an artist, we're given the opportunity to get a lot of free stuff.
Oh,
right? As far as clothes, depending on what your following looks like, depending if you have brand endorsements, things like that. A lot of artists are not paying for their styling. They're paying for a stylist that provides their styling, and most likely they're returning those items. That I'm not saying all artists, but I'm saying a lot of them. It's
100%.
all fluff, right?
100%.
But I guess part of being an artist is having an image as well. So it's very important to carry yourself, right? In a certain way and have a certain image. But it's very hard to pay for studio time. It's very hard to market your music.
Yeah.
It's very hard to pay for music videos. It's very hard to pay for talent in your music videos.
Man.
And then you got to worry about styling.
Man.
And if you're not wearing designer, people are looking at you like, what is going on right now? So I'm not a designer guy. Okay. I'm a looks guy. Oh. So if the sunglasses are $5, but they're sharp, better believe I'm wearing them.
Bro.
I'm probably losing them that night.
Bro.
So
facts, dog. You can catch me on Ross tomorrow, bro. That's facts.
I don't even want to tell you, but these jeans are from Burlington Coat Factory.
Bro,
and this jacket, I almost didn't buy it today. And as a matter of fact, I kept the receipt. I told my girl, I was like, I'm returning this tomorrow. She says, you better not. I said, why? She's because it's drippy. So you need to keep it and keep it.
It is drippy, it is drippy.
But, I'm not a cheapskate either, bro. If I like something, at least, you pay for something that's tangible, you keep it, you got something to show for it.
Make it a little investment, make it last.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's absolutely beautiful.
And that's about being an artist, man. You got to invest in yourself and you got to invest in grooming. You got to make sure you look good. Right. I got a couple white hairs. Bro. I'm a little bit against painting my hair. But I'm gonna let it ride,
bro. I could damn cut a slice of key lime pie with how sharp those beard lines are, brother.
You got
respect,
my barber, bro. My barber.
You know what I'm saying? Plug him in. What you mean,
bro? David Polo.
There we go. Big shouts. Yeah. Lex, talk to me about what was your contribution in this particular album, and what's it like working with Miamibeatwave as a whole?
It's kind of funny, man, because me being on the project almost didn't happen. Oh. So me and Brandon have been friends for a good 15 years, I would say.
Wow, on some Boy Meets World shit, bro.
I used to dabble in hip hop and rap music. I tried doing my little thing, shows and stuff here in Miami. And then I realized maybe I was not mature enough to understand the investment side of music. Okay. And I said, okay, look, I got to step back because I'm just putting all my money into this and I'm not seeing any return. And I had to step back. So what I did, I went behind the scenes and I started a production company. Okay. I started filming videos for big artists. Oh, shit. And watching the way it works, And Brandon and I have been working together for a while. I've helped him out with a lot of his visual stuff. My marketing company has helped him out with some marketing as well, web design, pretty much everything from beginning to end. When this project came about, I'm working with Brandon on my own projects. And he mentions the project to me and I'm like, bro, I'm super, super motivated and inspired to be on this. And I'm like, okay, I've been friends with Brandon for a few years. Let me pop the question. Hell yeah. How can I get on this? He's like, yo, let's do it. All right, so I book a session. I start recording a song. I have this idea. We start recording the hook. The beat didn't go with everything else on this project. Okay. All right, so at the end of the session, I'm super amped. I'm like, hey, B, so what's up? How we looking? He's like, bro, it sounds good. It looks good. I'm like, all right, so I got my placement. He's like, no, Lex, unfortunately, it doesn't have the same sound. Fine. Next day, I'm like, all right. At first, I was like, okay. I thought it was great, but it's not up to par. I still got to train my ear to, kind of compare music to see if it fits. So I book another session with B, and I'm like, nah, I'm super dedicated to get on this project, bro. I'm going to get on this project regardless if he said no. Dang. I'm going to force my way in. Gang! Right? So I booked this session to work on another song that I have. As soon as we finished that up, I said, all right, let's revisit this record. Yeah. I said, hey, B, we got to change some stuff around. So I took the initiative, and I said, I'm not a producer. I don't turn the knobs or anything, right? But I'm a producer by ear. Yeah. So I told B, I was like, hey, man, we need to do this. We need to do that. We need to do this. And we moved the placement of the music, of the hook around, and me, AG, and Brandon sat together and wrote the rest of the record. Wow. At the end of the session, I'm still in my mind, okay, I'm not getting on the album. Right. But at least this project is fire. Right. B's like, yo, Lex, in this session it's grown to me. All right, cool. What does that mean? What are you telling me? Are you telling me I made the placement? He's like, let me sleep on it. I gotta hear it with the rest of the projects. And the project, he's already promoted that the album is done. Oh. The people that are on the project already have the album without my song.
What in the damn donda's
Right?
going on, bro?
What in the damn donda's going on? But we're moving behind the scenes, bro. Like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that people don't know. So I'm helping Brandon with the release of this project, not knowing that I'm gonna be on it.
Oh my God!
Right? That's just the brotherhood we have. So I'm all for it. I'm team all day.
Fuck yeah!
The next day he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, the record grew to me. I'm adding it to the album." I'm like, I almost started crying. So the reason behind almost getting emotional with it is because before I ever met Brandon and AG and the guys from Miamibeatwave, I was a fan of their music and didn't know them personally. I knew we had mutual friends, but I was a big fan of their music, hip hop. They were real big in hip hop. And throughout the years, I get to meet these talented individuals, and it turns out they're just like me. And they came from the same place I came from. Wow. And they're normal human beings. They're working.
Right.
So I'm very, very blessed and very grateful that B was able to mold me and mold the song into getting on this project.
That's an amazing...
They really helped me out, man. They put in more than 110% into making sure that record came to life.
Brother, that's a phenomenal story. But if anything, also, it attests to your drive and your perseverance.
Yeah, I wasn't going to stop. And I was bothering him, bro. But, he would hit me up in the morning like, yo, Lex, what should I do here? I'm like, yo, I think you should do this. Oh, and by the way, you should add me on the project. But you got to learn to pick your battles.
Of course.
You don't want to come off as obnoxious and things like that. It could be easy, when you're friends, you might bother somebody and
of course
whatever.
But are you good about that sort of thing, about reading between the lines?
I would say for the most part I would have good judgment when it comes to meeting people. Like the first 5 minutes you meet a person, you get their energy, you get their vibe. They're walking around with a hunch and they're looking shady. I'm sure you could pick that off.
Right.
But it takes somebody to.
Bro, they're wearing black Air Forces, bro.
Well, I mean, dude, unless you own 5 pairs and you wear one for Monday, one for Tuesday, one for Wednesday, then you're okay. You're in the clear. But if you've been wearing the same black Forces for 10 years, you got a problem, bro. And the permanent marker is not gonna help.
It's not gonna help. Oh my God. Lex, talk to me about as far as musical inspirations. When you took that leap and you decided, hey, it's not a hobby anymore. It's not something that I kind of do on the part time. This is something that I want to devote myself to. When did that moment come, and also what were some of the musical inspirations that led you there?
So, like I said before, I tried music about 7-8 years ago.
Right.
I was able to accomplish some goals. I did 22 shows in Miami.
Holy.
My biggest show being at Tobacco Road.
Oh,
which,
big shout out.
I got to share a stage with other artists that actually one that was here today.
That's where they had the hidden speakeasy, right?
Yes, correct.
So cool.
Yeah, and that show was 300 people, man.
Wow.
Open area. Tobacco Road's open area.
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
closed Tobacco Road.
Yeah.
And Tobacco Road's being like the oldest performing venue in Miami. But I actually drove in Brickell the other day, and they're back.
They're back? I heard something about that.
Kush bought their brand and reopened Tobacco Road.
Are you Kush? Oh, wow. But is it the same?
It looks the same. They have the smoke shop right next to it, and then the open area with the stage. And,
because that
and
place
then the
was
inside
a vibe.
little bar area. So I did 22 shows. And then, like I said, I took a huge hiatus or plateau or whatever you call it. COVID comes around.
Right.
At the time COVID comes around, I have 2 businesses. Video production business. We do commercials, content development, music videos for big artists. And then I had a marketing company. So COVID comes around, all my clients and my accounts drop like flies. One after another, bro. It was literally like one after another. So, all right, I have these skill sets apart from music. So I'm like, what can I possibly do right now? I'm not going to sit with my thumb up my ass. Excuse my language.
No.
But we're pretty much being told we have to stay at home. So I'm thinking, I'm like, what can I do from home?
Right.
No, I don't have clients coming in. Nobody's open for business. So I said, all right, I'm going to take my stimulus check. I bought some nice studio monitors, an interface. A buddy of mine gave me an old mic he had. I put Logic on my computer. And I started tracking myself out. So I put out 2 hip hop records.
Fully everything done by you?
By myself.
Wow.
Well, production, I don't produce. So
Okay.
Production by Brandon, Miamibeatwave produced one record, and then another buddy of mine produced the first record that I released, which is called All Is Forgiven. And it kind of has a little bit of a homage to Hail Mary by Tupac.
Oh, wow.
La, la.
Yeah,
you know?
of course.
So then I realized, I was like, hey, man, what are you doing? Like hip-hop is great. I love hip-hop. I listen to hip-hop, but that's not where the money's at.
Where's the money?
Money's in middle America. The money is Justin Bieber money. The money is
Adele money.
Adele money.
Yeah.
The money is Justin Timberlake money.
Right.
You know, big Khalid.
Right.
Big artists that have a certain sound that's relevant that you hear on every radio station. Top 40, Y100,
Right.
you know?
Right.
You're not going to get into Y100 by spitting hip-hop knowledge, conscious rap. Unless you're Mac Miller
Or J. Cole.
Or J. Cole, but they have notoriety, so they can, you know, they can get there.
Of course.
So I think it's easier for artists like myself and other artists that are here, like, for example, Taykeover. Tay?
Right, big shout out.
He's a hip-hop. He's a rapper. He's a rapper. You know? I'm a rapper.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I got bars, but I don't want to... I want to put some of that into what we're doing.
Of course.
But not make hip-hop.
Right.
So the genres are not... It's not hip-hop. It's R&B, it's soul, it's punk rock. I'm doing a punk rock song right now with Brandon.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so-
That's variety, brother.
So I'm trying to be versatile and find my sound, really.
Right.
You know, I've been a year. My first release was in September. I've released 7 songs, this being my 8th song, you know.
Amazing.
A couple videos. I'm going to LA in December to shoot another video. my third
Okay,
video.
all right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just trying to make moves, man.
Man.
As much as I can. Self-funded, so.
Right. And that and that's a battle in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
Because we were talking about just how the double-edged sword that is either getting signed and not owning shit, or not getting signed and owning everything, but you got to pay for everything.
No, and the best part is getting the support from those around you, the close ones. Mom and dad, you know, they both support me. My girlfriend, I told her, I was like, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're not paying our rent because we ain't paying our rent.
Right.
I got a stimulus check. Should I buy the studio equipment? Baby, if that's what you want to do it. Not even tripping that I didn't pay the water bill.
Wow.
You know, dude, struggles. If an artist sits in here and talks about it, they've never struggled in their life,
then they're not an artist.
They're not an artist, bro.
100%.
Creativity comes from struggle. Comes from positive, negative energy, bro.
100%.
And that's how you take a negative and turn it into a positive. And a positive can continue as a positive.
Damn. Lex, before we start wrapping up, truly, like you said, I mean, one of my
That
favorite.
makes me sad.
One of my favorite episodes, 100%, brother. But we'll get a
It's
full
late.
episode.
It's late.
We'll get a full episode soon,
Okay,
brother.
I
Let's get a
appreciate
full
that.
episode. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
But I do want to know, just how you were mentioning about the drive and the ambition. Where does that come from? Does that come from your parents? Did they instill that in you? Where does it come from?
Well, of course, it starts with the parents, bro. I mean, your parents are your first teachers. Before they put you into the public school system or whatever, your first teachers are your parents. Teach you right from wrong, your name, your birthday.
Right.
You know, it all comes from there. But I think it's kind of, after you get to a certain age, you're no longer living your parents' lives.
Right.
You're living your own life. You have your own ideas, your own personality.
Right.
And it's at that point where you decide what you want to do with it.
100%.
You know, I wish that I would have been doing what I'm doing now when I was younger. And I'm sure we all feel that way.
Right.
You know, we'd be wiser, make smarter decisions, smarter choices,
Do
learn
you
from our mistakes.
Do you feel that the hiatus you took taught you something?
Oh, yeah, totally, bro. Totally. It taught me the marketing aspect. Excuse me. Taught me the behind the scenes, dealing with labels, dealing with managers, you know, dealing with publicists, dealing with people on set, camera crew.
Divas.
Oh, all of them. I'm just kidding, not all of them. There's a large percentage, man.
Yeah,
You know,
of
and
course.
some that you might not even think. And
Right.
you get on set with them and you see who they truly are.
Yeah,
You see who
man.
they truly are. You know, a lot of them have their jeweler friends come by with a nice little box of jewelry for the
God.
video.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. Some actually have jewelry.
Of course.
I wouldn't spend my money on jewelry.
Right.
Nor would I get jewelry rented to put in my video because I don't think it's genuine.
Right. No,
But I mean, hey, to each his own. And
Right.
but it goes back to the image thing, right? I'd rather do a video with my Honda CRV.
Hell
Put
yeah.
a Lambo, even though I can get one, I have access to it.
Right.
Why would I do that? I don't drive that car,
Bruh.
Nor do I want to drive that car.
Right.
I don't want the responsibility,
bro. The album I'm working on is called The Fiat Chronicles, dog. Doesn't get more legit than that, dog.
There you go.
Fiat, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be true.
Oh, that's you outside.
Yeah, 100%,
okay,
bro.
I like it.
That's what I'm talking about, yo.
Dude, look, bro. Gas,
dog,
economy,
vibe it, yo. I go to
incredible.
Orlando in one tank. What you mean?
Come on, bro.
Yo.
Gas is, you know. It's 2021. Gas is at its highest. Like
it's ridiculous, bro.
I don't even want to get into politics, but if we're on the same page, we're on the same page,
bro.
right?
There you go, brother. Before we wrap up the last question of the evening, like I said, I always have 3 segments in my regular hour and a half, 2 hour long episodes, but we're gonna have 1 segment in here, because we do a little bit shorter. And that's the quest for the truth. And I'm gonna ask you a random question. I don't know what this question is about to be. You know what I'm saying?
Please be a good one. Please.
But
be a
here
good
we
one.
go. Here we go.
Please don't put me in a tough spot. Please
All
don't
right.
put me in a tough spot.
Okay, no, it's a good one. All right. What was the best thing you learned in the past year?
Love yours.
Okay.
Love yours. Those that support you, even those that don't support you. Just love. Love, man, love. COVID taught us a lot, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It stripped away everything that we were accustomed to. Changed our lives. A lot of relationships didn't make it out alive. Literally and not literally.
Right.
I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed that my family's healthy. Some didn't make it, my relationship, it is what it is. We all have we come from different paths of life, man.
100%.
So COVID was definitely one of those things that was a turning point for me, at least,
Right. No, 100%. Very impactful for, I think, a lot of people, and most people that had to go through that shit. But the fact that you were able to turn something so negative into a positive.
Yeah, dude, I was just totally inspired, man. Like, I started a merch brand. I built the studio. I just started being more self-sufficient.
Right.
And said, hey, look, I could shoot my own music videos. I could set up a tripod, turn the monitor around, and shoot my own content.
Right.
I don't want to do that, but we got to be self-sufficient, man.
Of course.
We can't hold this stuff anymore. It's the new age of music where you hold it, you're never going to make it.
100%.
You got to put it out and move on to the next one.
100%. 100%.
And then be involved in the business of your music.
Yes, exactly.
Because I'm going to quote Wu-Tang. I'm watching the Wu-Tang American Saga.
I heard it's so good.
It's the best, bro.
Oh, I'm going to
It's
have
the
to
best.
check it out.
Everybody's stuck on that Squid Game shit, bro.
Yeah.
I can't get into that, but Wu-Tang, that's my shit.
Okay.
So music is 90% the business, 10% the music.
Wow.
So it's what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Wow.
It totally is what it is.
Lex, brother, thank you so much for dropping on by, man. An absolute
Robert De
honor.
Niro.
Oh, man, I try, brother. I try. Thank you so much for dropping on by.
No, man, thanks for having me,
I
bro.
truly appreciate that, man. Your energy is immaculate, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Of
Likewise.
course. Thank you
Likewise.
so much. Talk to me about social media. Where can the people follow your journey?
All right, first off, you can go to my website, lexfinemusic.com. You can find me on TikTok, Lex Fine. I have another account, it's lex.fine. Same goes for Instagram, Lex Fine, lex.fine. Twitter, official Lex Fine. And yeah, man, I'm on all platforms. All my new releases, anything new that's coming out is on my website. You can check it out. And yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to the long.
Let's get it going.
interview,
The long episode.
Yeah, man.
Let's get it going, brother. For
Definitely.
sure. Let's
check
get it
out your
going. Let's
spot.
get it going. Hell yeah, man! It's a whole vibe, man. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in on this very special edition of Midnight in Miami at Miamibeatwave's album release party for Up Close and Personal. It was an absolute movie for our TikTokers. Thank you for tuning in for that live. And yeah, every Thursday at midnight. You know what it is. You check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Deezer. Bro, you send me a DM, I'll get you a damn cassette if I have to. You know what I'm saying? We hustlers, baby.
Yeah, man.
But more than anything, check out the YouTube, because that's why we got like 72 cameras in here. That's why you get all these beautiful close-ups, all these beautiful faces. You know what I'm saying?
Then one more thing.
That crispy-ass beard, you know what I'm saying? What do you got for the people, brother?
Make sure you guys check out track number 7 along with all the other songs on the album.
Yes.
Mixed Signals. It was produced by Miamibeatwave. It's got me, Brandon, and AG Lyons. All songwriting on here. some vocals from Lions, and yeah, check it out.
Oh yeah, and guys, let me tell you, as someone who was just able to witness this magic before me, I cannot recommend this album enough. Please check it out. Please check it out. You see all that good stuff on the screen. You know what it is. Every Thursday at midnight.
Peace out, guys.
Holla.
You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami, where you can push it to the limit. It gets real without